Welcome to tonight's game between the Union Cougars and the Mountain View Bruins. I'm Mark Winterton. Joining me is Brandon Jones.
What's up, Mark?
Brandon, we got an exciting game. This is a rematch of last year's game in Orem, where the Cougars went out there high scoring. I think it was
54-43. It was the last time they played. So
that's
a Texas shootout there.
Do you think we could get another high scoring game like that?
You know, I think so. Just what I've seen from Mountain View and what I've seen from Union, I think their offense are going to start to take off tonight. I think this is the game.
Look at the size. Look at the size of some of those linemen for Mountain View. They're big boys. As we get ready to start tonight's game, the national anthem is going to be played by a brass quartet tonight. It's free game night. UB Tech is they've been doing tacos out there, street tacos.
Yeah, Mark was eating one as we were coming in.
They were delicious. Delicious. We had a chance to catch up with a couple of the coaches, both Coach Labrum and Coach Anderson with Mountain View. Quickly, I'll just mention Mountain View. They lost to Wasatch last week, and you kind of had some thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, they played a good team in Wasatch. I mean, Wasatch is 5A, and they're only 4A. And, they played them tough. They had some good offensive drives, just kind of stalled at the end. But, they ultimately lost that game, but to a good team. So they're looking to turn their thing around. And especially, where they're in Orem, there's a lot of schools around them. They have the Orem to compete with, Timpview, Lone Peak. And it's almost like a recruiting ground where they have to keep players. And it's really tough for Tyler Anderson to bring in players and to keep players so that they can have a winning program.
So question, and we're thinking that maybe Deuce Anderson is going to be the one that is going to be starting tonight at quarterback. Any relation to Coach Anderson?
I think he's his son. That's the only thing I could get. But, I mean, he's got to be. He was a really big quarterback for them last year. He's a big dude. He can, run over people. He has a running touchdown. He has a passing touchdown. But then he either had an injury or something happened because for the last game against Wasatch, they had Caden Kuntz at number 8. He was their quarterback, and he did really well for him. I mean, the kid can pass, can throw. He can run a little bit, but he's more of a pocket guy.
Well, we'll come back to it just a little bit. We've got a brass quartet. As you can see them down there on the track. They're going to play this little rendition that they've got. And so there's our flag. As we're going to just go to a quick break or go to the national anthem, and we will be back, talk a little more here in a second.
By fixing it the first time, we show our customers that we care. I'm Rico. I'm a technician at L&L Motor. I've been in the automotive industry for 7 years.
I'm Amanda Kazik. I work here at the parts department at L&L.
I like being a technician. Every day is a new day, and it's cool to see a concern and be able to fix it.
They're kind of like my family, so they've really taken care of me and given me a ton of opportunities.
We value the Fix It Right First program. Try to go the extra mile for the customer.
Moon Lake Electric was organized in 1938 as a rural electric cooperative by residents of northeastern Utah. We are proud to support the television coverage of Uinta Basin High School sports.
When you need windows, doors, bathroom glass, or paint, Jones Paint and Glass can help. With over 80 years in the industry, we're Utah's go-to expert for paint and glass. We offer beautiful, energy-efficient Jones Paint and Glass windows, as well as Anderson and Marvin windows and doors. We also offer top paints like Benjamin Moore and PPG Pittsburgh paints. Whether you're remodeling or building from scratch, Jones Paint and Glass has you covered.
When you hear the crash.
Oh no!
Oh, boy, that hurt.
We are the people behind the connection. You may never see us, but you are always on our minds. because you are the reason we do what we do. Improving the way you connect is the reason we are always working. Why we are always building. Why we are always striving to give you the best. We are the people behind the connection, working together to connect your life.
And we are back as Mountain View comes into town to take on the Union High School Cougars in tonight's exciting matchup. Still preseason game for the Cougars. Joining me tonight, Brandon Jones. And Brandon, we were talking just a little bit about some of the we were talking about the Mountain View team, and we were getting ready to get to the keys, the 3 keys.
Yeah, we were talking about, so there are 3 keys to the game as a plane goes overhead. Oh, check that out. That is awesome. Wow, I don't know if you could see that, but they just had a flyover of 2 planes. Oh, yeah, they got it. Good.
There they go.
So back to the game. We got a turnover. They want to win the turnover battle, and they want to establish the run game. They think they're really big up front, and they think that they can push and get a running game going. And then they want to be consistent on special teams. A lot of people don't think about special teams, but man, they're so important. They can win you a game. They can win you a close game, and they make you pull out and win a big game. So those are the keys of the game for Tyler Anderson and this Mountain View team Bruins.
And we talked to Coach Labrum as they're coming off a win against Uinta, 21-0 over Uinta last week. Big rivalry game, but really quick from Coach Labrum. They need to control both sides of the ball, value the ball, and then finish the drives and win those third downs on both sides of the ball, both defense and offense. As we get ready to get started, back to receive for the Cougars, that's Burchell, number 18, and I think that is that number 1?
That's Caden Hyder if it's number 1, sure.
I believe that is Hyder as Burchell takes that about the 7-yard line. Then they're going to do a little reversal around the left side. And Hyder's across the 20, 30, the 40. One man to beat, and he's knocked out of bounds about the 48-yard line.
Tackled by the kicker. I mean, that was a really good reverse by Hyder. And, man, what a cool play to start this game.
Was it really the kicker?
Yeah. Only one guy to beat as the kicker, and he'll be kicking himself for that because you don't want to be the one getting taken out by the kicker.
Well, let's watch the replay here again. As a little reverse, and the setup on that block. And notice the nice blocking there. There's Barnes there, number 11 out front. The number, what number is the kicker?
It's 23. Is the one that got the tackle, and I'm pretty sure that's where he came from. And he was the last guy to beat.
So Labrum in the gun. He brings Burchell in motion. Is going to hand off to Burchell as Colby Hyder back there in the backfield, lead blocking.
Wow, Burchell just gets leveled by number 3, Antonio Tovar. Now this is the ball hawk on their defense. I mean, just watch out for this guy. Tovar is their guy.
Tovar's the one to watch for all night long. Well, I mean, I guess we're going to hear his name all night long. What number is he to watch for?
Number 3.
Number 3. And he plays a safety then.
Yeah, he's a senior defensive back safety. He'll play multiple positions on that.
Cougars going to go trips left as Lincoln Labrum rolls. He gets hit as soon as he throws that ball. Short, intended for Burchell, incomplete pass.
Yeah, I like what you were saying before about Matt Labrum. His team is really disciplined. They typically don't, fumble the ball and make mistakes. They play with high execution, and that really helps them in close games and to win games like this.
Well, and that one, not so much. Somebody let a blocker or a rusher through, and Labrum takes a hit. Going to go trips left, same formation. Colby Hyder, the halfback, lined up back in the backfield. As we noted, Mason Eldridge wasn't dressed for this game. Little bubble screen to Burchell. Burchell across the 50. He's got the first, and he's down to the 40-yard line.
And that's great route running by Burchell. I mean, he just takes that slant pattern and takes it so crisp, and he catches that ball. And maybe we'll have a highlight here. Here we go with the L&L replay. See, watch that route there by Burchell. He just takes it in the middle, gets good space, and there's number 3 on the tackle. There's Tovar. Good play.
Good play, and the Cougars on first down. He's going to fake it to Burchell, and Labrum will keep it, and he's going to pick up close to 10 yards.
Yeah, big dual threat quarterback Labrum is. I mean, he can throw a little bit, but he loves to run, and you see him run to the left quite a bit.
A lot of people felt like Labrum didn't improve from last year, and so we're trying to see that. And now Raiden Dietz coming out in the backfield, and we'd wondered if we'd see him, a sophomore for the Cougars, as Eldridge not dressed, and I'm not sure exactly if there's an injury with him, as Dietz now comes to the left side. It's a quick little hitch pattern, incomplete, intended for Caden Hyder.
And that was good pass protection from Dietz, just coming in for the first play. You know, allowing Labrum not to get touched on that play.
Well, one of the things they worry with Dietz is he didn't play as a freshman, and so coming in here and playing first-year high school football as a sophomore, they wondered about some of this stuff. So nice to see him pick up on that.
Yeah, they worried about him learning the playbook a little bit. As
Dietz gets the ball, he breaks one tackle, it's a shoestring, he gets away from it, but he's unable to get anywhere as Navarre?
Yeah, that's Tovar again.
Tovar.
Antonio Tovar, that's his third tackle tonight already.
That guy's an animal. Well, it's going to bring up fourth down. I imagine the Cougars will go for it as they're on the Bruins' 35-yard line.
You know, and that's what Union's doing really good, is that they're establishing what they need to do, but as soon as they get really close to the end zone, or in this case, they're on the other side of the field, then they start to slow up a little bit when it tightens up in the end zones. But going forward on fourth down. Here we go.
And a flag immediately thrown in. If that's a false start, makes you wonder what the Cougars now will do.
I mean, if it's on them, they got to punt. There's no way.
Yeah, you want to pin the Bruins back deep in their own territory, and that's going to, so a little false start will put them at the 40.
And like you said, it'll give that punter a little bit more room to pin him deep. See if they can get that done. But, yeah, they definitely won't go for it now. And maybe they were just going to line up and try to draw him off sides in the first place. But
it could have been. Could have been. I'm looking for their punter. It's Nate Foote, and we'll see if he goes back to – they're going to go for it.
Wow.
So
okay.
Labrum in the gun, trips left. Dietz lined up in the backfield with him. He's going to put Dietz on his left side as Bruins show blitz, and they do. Here they come. Labrum rolling left. He throws on the run. It's intercepted at the 20. And you know what? You take that.
Catch it, yeah.
You take it.
That's almost a punt.
Yeah, defensively, he should be knocking that ball down.
Right. But Seth Burr, he caught that ball for Mountain View. That was a good catch by him. But
basically a 20-yard punt is what that is.
Yeah, he gets it. I almost thought he dropped it because there was a bunch of players around him saying, I don't think he caught it.
But that'll put Mountain View at the 21. They probably wish he wouldn't have caught it. But and in the backfield, is that Deuce?
So now we have number 7.
Is that number 7?
Yeah, like as their quarterback. And no, there's 2. That's
That
Deuce.
is Deuce. That is
Deuce
Deuce
Anderson. So
and he hands it off. I'm waiting to see what number that was. I couldn't really. And they're going to go with a hurry-up offense here. That's number 44. That's Strauss, a sophomore.
McKay Strauss. He's their big running back. Can blow things open for him as Anderson.
Quick pass there, and he touched his knee there, so he's down. As that'll make it 3rd and 7 now for the Bruins.
So Deuce Anderson, he can get it done back there. Like in the first game, he had a rushing touchdown. He had a throwing touchdown. They expected big things from him right off the start because he had a big year last year.
Well, and he was just a sophomore last year. Now
Yeah.
they've got Strauss in the backfield as a sophomore. Deuce is a junior. So it's a young team. As here's the snap. He drops the ball, picks it up. Across the middle, that is caught.
And
and they're going to say he did touch his knee down, but it is enough for a first down to J.R. Hayes.
J.R. Hayes, man, that's his number 1 receiver right there.
Is it J.R. or Junior?
Let's check it out. It's a J.R. I think it is.
I'm going to say J.R.
Yeah, because it's J.R.
Nah, no dots. Or do you got a dot?
Oh, maybe I have it on this roster.
As again, Anderson in the gun, drops a quick throw over. Number 25 makes the catch. It is J.R. J.R. Hayes. Number 25 there is, I'm just going to say Perez. Does that work?
Matthias Perez?
Yeah. Can I just say
think
that?
Yeah, sure. Perez,
Do I need to do the Tawa Perez? So on 2nd and 2, we got a flag, and I imagine that is going to be a false start now against the Bruins. Just a guess.
Yeah, so J.R. Hayes in the last game against Wasatch, he had an 80-yard bomb hit from Caden Coots, not Deuce Anderson. And, I mean, that was like their big play against Wasatch. And so, and he's already had a couple touchdowns this year, so they look to go to him often. And then there's another receiver in Felika Fanua, number 5, and they like to go to him too, but they haven't got him really established this year, but they thought coming in that he would be the best receiver.
And he's the slot guy in the back, right, just lined up right behind the line there, and says, Cougars, that is Labrum that jumps off sides on the defense, and so it'll just go back. That's a back and forth there.
Yeah, that's one of those things.
2nd and 2, 2nd and 7, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that Matt Labrum doesn't like. He's a disciplined coach, and he wants no penalties, and already a couple right out of the gates here.
So again, same formation for the Bruins. They give to Strauss. He's going to get brought down by Brig Edwards. No gain? Or is that going to be a loss of 1 on the play? Be a loss of 1.
Yeah, nice tackle by Brig Edwards already with 13 tackles and 2 sacks. I guess 14 tackles this season.
Brig a captain for the Cougars and senior. They're going to go with a 3-man front on 3rd and 3. Deuce in the gun. 4 receivers. And he'll fake it to Strauss. He's going to keep it himself. A flag comes flying in, so it might be holding. But the tackle made at the 40 will only give him a yard. Looked like it was Colby Hyder and Lincoln Labrum in on the tackle there.
Looks like that's going to be on Mountain View.
Yeah, hold, and the Cougars are going to take it from the spot of the ball. Now, do you take it or do you just let it go 4th down?
A holding on the
They are going to
offensive
decline.
Yeah,
Yep, that's what I would have done too.
Yeah.
At 4th down, it'll make it 4th and 2.
You know, and that's one of the things that's been big lately for the Union Cougars is their defensive line has been stout, and they really came together in that last game against UNA. They were all over the backfield.
Well, and props to Justin DeCall, the defensive coordinator. He's done a really good job for the Cougars defensively over the last 7 years. How long? I think he's been 7 years as a defensive coordinator.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you have, Bullet Head, and you have, who's the other guy on the line right there?
Well, there's Loney Latui.
6 Killer, right?
6 Killer does a good job as Hyder's going to let this one go, and it's going to bounce inside the 15. And the Cougars offense will have a second shot in this first quarter. We're going to go away to a quick break. We'll be back after this.
Great food begins with great ingredients. We've grown our produce department with more prepared fruits and vegetables for the entire family. We've recently expanded our offerings, so come in and experience the fun, the excitement, and taste the difference.
And we are back. Here is this scoreless. No score here. Cougars with their second drive of the game as they're taking over on their own 14-yard line. And this one's going to go to – no, he keeps it. I thought he faked it to Hyder, and then Labrum keeps it. He looks like he's going to get 5, maybe 6.
They got some really good push out there by their offensive line, not letting go, and he was kept driving his legs and moving the ball. Almost got a first down.
That was one thing going into the season is this offensive line to me. I thought I was expecting huge things. The Summit Academy game disappointed a little bit, but up front you got Loney Latui, Brig Edwards, Mason McGlory, Dalton Clark. I'm missing some people. Labrum in the gun. He'll give it to Hyder, and Hyder immediately gets met. The Mountain View team.
Well, they loaded the box right there.
Did I speak too soon?
They loaded the box. They put like 5 guys in space right there, and an all-out blitz. They were expecting run, and they got run. So that was a good call by Tyler Anderson on the other side, and their defensive coordinator, I believe, is Tyler Anderson.
So a loss of 2, so it'll make it 3rd and 6 for the Cougars. As Labrum again in the gun, Hyder in the backfield with him, Colby Hyder. As it's going to be a QB keeper to the right side. They're not going to get enough, but did I see a flag in there? Nope, just yellow shoes.
Yeah, great designed run just to go to Labrum right there, get an extra blocker, bring in the tight end, and get that first down.
And the Cougars will punt.
Oh, he didn't get a first down. I thought yellow line was the first down.
Yeah, yeah, I know. You were thinking like
I was thinking like I was watching college. This is such a cool field that I was like, hey, is that the yellow line?
Oh, that is a good point. Brandon, you kill me. It's the Nate Foot back to punt this one away. Not the best punt, and doesn't get a Cougar bounce either. But
almost
that's
hit a Mountain View player. If that would have been the case, it could have been a fumble, and that's what I think I dove on it for.
Kobe Gear comes sliding in to down that one night at the 44. So the Bruins will take over on the Cougar 44-yard line. Hey, Ashley Regional welcomes Dr. Tyler Moore, orthopedic surgeon. Dr. Moore did an additional fellowship year-long special training in sports medicine and began seeing patients August 27th. Go check out Dr. Tyler Moore down there at the Ashley Regional Medical Center. As the Bruins offense, Deuce with a couple of backs back there with him. He's going to go with 3 receivers. And gives it up. Fumble, and I think the Cougars got it.
Nope, they got it back.
Deuce jumped on that, didn't he?
Yeah, Anderson got back on that ball. That was a really good play by him. But, man, there was almost a fumble in the last possession with the snap. I mean, they're having problems between that snap and look at how it was low as Hone was trying to get the ball from the quarterback and didn't quite get it, fumbled the ball. Almost Union ball right there, Mark.
Oh, yeah. Well, you notice Deuce just pulled that in so quick, and a flag immediately comes in. Was that a false start or delay a game? What do we got? It's going to be a false start. Oh, encroachment on the Cougars. 5-yard penalty.
So someone was leaned over the ball or someone
so puts
on that
it back at
defensive line.
the original line of scrimmage. After the 5-yard loss, it'll be 2nd and 10. Now after the penalty. So Deuce with Strauss, I'm guessing, in the backfield. 4 receivers at the Cougar 44-yard line. As he drops back to throw, it's intended for
J.R. Hayes with almost a one-handed grab. Oh, my.
You know what?
Hayes was Odell Beckham right there trying.
Yeah. Had he brought that in.
Oh, gosh.
It was a great attempt, but luckily no catch.
I mean, it was just right off his fingertips. That was a really, really close catch. And they love this guy because he has huge hands. So he can make those type of catches.
So 3rd and 10 now. Deuce in the gun. Drops back. He's going to throw this to his running back just on a little swing pattern. Nice open field tackle. And was that Strauss again? I can't
Yeah,
tell.
Strauss got the ball, and then Hyder made the tackle. Caden Hyder, number 1, comes up. And, man, he plays everywhere. Caden Hyder is such an impressive player to watch. I mean, he can come from that safety position and be to the left side of the field, the right side. He's the first guy to the ball.
Oh, that's Hone.
So 44
14.
14. Leon Hone, yeah.
Yeah, that's Hone.
So Strauss is their big guy, and 14 is Hone.
But both of them sophomores.
So they have some change of pace backs. They got a bigger guy in Strauss, and the smaller guy is Hone, and he can
Same
catch.
play to Hone on 4th down, and he's got the first. And there's a flag. That's going to be...
That looked like it was after the play.
Yeah, it's going to be a personal foul.
So again, Leon Hone, like when he gets out in space, he's got good hands. So they bring him in to catch the balls and be that change of pace back for them. As you see how he catches this ball, he's just got soft hands, takes it, almost gets a first down. Caden Hyder meets him there. Let's see where the penalty comes. I think it's a late hit right here at the end. Right there, yeah, number 58 throws throws one of the Mountain View players out of bounds right there after the play is all over.
Wait, but it's coming the other way. Explain that one to me.
Wow.
I didn't look at it.
Well, so maybe they got him on the retaliation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so that sometimes happens.
So that's going to make it 1st and 15 now for the Bruins. 3:40 left to go here in the first. No score, and puts us back to pretty much nowhere.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
In fact, it's going to be 1st and 10 because it was after they got the first down, 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, good play by Mountain View right there, just kind of taken away. But at least they did get the first
You realize they started the ball 5 yards up this series. How many plays have we had since then?
About 6.
Oh, beautiful night, little bit of breeze as the lights come on. Cougars only have 2 more home games. Next week is their homecoming against Carbon. That one should be a fun one. It's going to be sponsored by Uinta Basin Medical Center, and of course, they're so tailgate, everything. Anyways, that'll be next week. Gets Carbon, and then they only have the last home game will be on October 12th against Morgan. So, hey, if you haven't had a chance to get down here and see this new field, well, tonight's probably a good one. Against a Bruins team, this is a 4A school, bigger school. You ever been to the Mountain View?
I haven't. I mean, it's in Orem, I believe.
It's huge.
It's a big school.
It's right on Center Street. It is a huge high school.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It takes forever to. And you know what?
Target.
It's probably now similar in size to Union's new high school. So, hey, Union built to get bigger. So
yeah, and I was saying it before, but this, they're a 4A team, and they've had some good years, they've had some bad years, but they have a struggle with losing players to schools that are around. You have Orem, you have Timpview, you have Lone Peak,
Timpanogos.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah.
But one of the guys they brought in was their offensive coordinator, and they're super excited about him. And Dylan McCann, they brought him, and he came from Timpview, and
well, a QB sneak, and I'll tell you what, Deuce had some nice moves there. He had some good blocking, but some nice moves, and he picks up about 20 yards on that one.
And then well-designed play by OC Dylan McCann. And like I said, they're really excited about this guy changing their program. And he could have went anywhere else, he said. And Tyler Anderson was just excited that he chose.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Cougar 31-yard line. Deuce in the gut. Trips left, and it's a quick hitch pattern to – that is not Hayes. There's a flag that comes in.
There's another yellow flag.
That may have been a face mask. I'm waiting to see who that was. That was number 25.
It's tough to get rhythm with all these flags and missteps in the offense, but you said it was a face mask there, Mark. But
I was very – well, it was in the act that quick moment when the tackle came in, that's why I didn't think the holding would be seen at that point. But
yeah, and this is not the start that pretty much any team wants. You're getting the yards, you're doing the offense right, but then you're having these little dumb penalties that bring you back to square one.
1st and 17. Deuce in the gun, trips right. As, again, there's his man Hone on the little swing pattern, and he's going to pick up big yardage again. Comes flying in a flag.
Another flag.
What's that flag going to be?
Another in a hold.
Oh,
man.
Another hold.
And that's like 3 plays that Hone has been the...
It was his guy downfield holding, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looks like they called it right over there where he caught it.
He must have held right as soon as he...
Oh, man.
Hone, and Cougars have to pick that swing pattern up. The linebackers have got to see that running back going out on a route and pick him up, make the play. But the hold brings it back again, so it's going to be 1st and 19. Deuce in the gun, trips left. As now he will give to Hone, and Hone up the middle. Boy, he pounded forward. He got big yardage.
Yeah, not bad yards for a little guy taking it to the middle there.
So it'll he's going to get 6. So 2nd and 13 now for the Bruins at the Cougar 34-yard line.
And Mountain View is doing what they want, up front, trying to get that run game established. They're doing it. It's just too many flags.
Anderson going to go with dual receivers as he brings a man in motion. And he does give to him. Good blocking out front. There's another flag as he's brought down after a pretty decent gain, probably about 10. What are we going to call this? What are we going to call this penalty on? You think it's another hold?
It's
there. It is.
It looked in that position to be a holding for sure. Yeah, there it is.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Bruins just killing themselves tonight.
Yeah, and not only are you not getting any yards, you're showing Union all your plays without anything happening to you because they're getting 10 or 15 yards.
Okay, okay. Tell me, how far into this are we? This is exactly where the drive started. How many plays are we?
Well,
we got to be 10.
We're up to 10.
And they are exactly where they started this drive.
Yeah, and then Antonio Tavar on that last one was a wide receiver reverse there, and it worked out great. But, man, they just got to quit holding.
The exact same spot. Not even a bit difference. As he drops back to throw, Deuce's man slips. That was J.R. Hayes. And so an incomplete pass. Now we'll bring up 3rd and 23. And a bunch.
Yeah, what kind of play do you got on a 3rd and 23? Maybe a screen pass. I don't know if you want to do much here. Maybe go something over the top, but
they pick up big chunks of yardage on little plays. Why not go for another little swing pattern and then go for it on 4th down?
I mean, if you get half of what you need, then maybe you can do that for sure.
Well, and if anything, I mean, you're in Cougar territory. You don't necessarily want to punt it away, but they're going to throw downfield. Deuce has to scramble out of the pocket. He's going to try and set up. Now there goes the bomb. Oh, just the middle of the field. It's J.R. Hayes.
Oh, man.
Touchdown, J.R. Hayes.
Yeah, and there's that guy, J.R. Hayes. That's his 3rd touchdown of the season. Man, he's dangerous. He's got big hands.
And Deuce just gets the time. He has to scramble out of the pocket. He gets flushed a little bit. And you notice the offensive line actually did a really good job. He didn't need to, but he wants to find a spot, and he does, sets up, throws. Hayes picked up that open spot and missed tackle by the Cougars, and Hayes is in.
And no holds. So Mountain View gets the touchdown.
That's the surprise, isn't it?
And that was a really hard possession for them, but it ended up well.
The extra point is up, and it's good. And so Mountain View on top, 7-0, with just 2:13 left to go in the first. We'll be back after this quick break.
There's no cost for imagination, no charge for dreams, no limit to what we can accomplish together. It takes grit, determination, but mostly it takes you. They are your ideas, your visions. We're here to help. Early mornings, late nights, heavy loads. We are real people turning extraordinary dreams into reality. Sunbelt Rentals. Your ideas, our equipment.
Utah State University puts higher education in reach whatever your path may be. Whether you want to move to Logan or Price for a traditional campus experience, or save on living expenses and stay in the Uinta Basin, USU makes earning a college degree possible. As an Aggie, you'll gain skill sets to pursue the career that you love and that will make an impact. And no matter where you attend, your diploma will have the same 3 renowned words: Utah State University.
And if you've just joining us, Mountain View scoring on a long touchdown pass, about a 44-yard pass as Cougars now back to receive. And Birchall is going to fake the reverse to Hyder. Keeps it himself. He's down to the 20. And going to go out of bounds about the 30.
And no flags on the field, so we'll start at the 30. Great.
You know, Cougars have done decent. yeah. If you're just joining us, and tell me who number 23. I didn't even see him on the roster. Do you have him on your roster?
23
for the kicker for the Mountain View.
Dallin Draper.
He's a big kid, but I think he's the same kicker from last year.
Okay.
And I had watched him kick, and he was just completely awful. But as the game went on, he got better. Like, he went from, like, middle school kicking skills to really good high school kicking. Like, it was funny. As the game went on, it was like, I didn't warm up good enough.
And he's already got a tackle tonight, too.
Yeah. So the Cougars come out 1st and 10 on their own 29-yard line. Going to fake this. Oh, fake it to Raiden Dietz as Labrum will keep it and knocked out of bounds. That was Dietz, wasn't it? Yep, it was.
Dietz.
Yeah, number 7 there is Dietz in at halfback for the Cougars. Mason Eldridge didn't dress, and I'm not sure what's up there. If he was injured, grades, whatever it might be with a high school, right?
Yeah, Eldridge, I mean, he had some good play. I mean, he had a total of about 50 yards. They were starting to get him established a little bit, so it's a little bit, it's probably an injury. Who knows? But, they really like this Dietz kid. I mean, Raiden Dietz, he can run.
Labrum will fake it to him again. He's going to keep it, and look at him run behind his blocking as he's got a first.
It's his vision is so good, Labrum's. I mean, he can see a hole from a mile away and, take that pinhole hole right there. I mean, there wasn't much there, and he got 8 yards out of it.
Well, I still hate running your quarterback though. You saw him get up there limping just a little bit, and that's what happens when you have your quarterback out there.
And that's a great point. I mean, Matt Labrum, he told Labrum that he wants him to throw the ball more and protect himself.
Cougars going to go with double tight ends here in this set, and they give it to Dietz. Dietz following his blocking is going to get tripped up there, and he'll pick up maybe one.
Tyler Roberts on that tackle.
Well, the defensive line for Mountain View has done a pretty good job, and they do a lot of stunting with these linebackers that have caused some chaos in the backfield for the Cougars.
Yeah, they're picking the right gaps, like you said. I mean, they're doing those switches, and then they're telling where to go. And if you pick the right gap, you're going to pick right where that runner is, and they're doing it every time. But see how they load the box right up there?
Yeah, and they're bringing them all. As Labrum's in trouble, he's going to scramble out of this one. Now he's going to tuck it. Where's he going to go? He tries to get upfield, and he does. Look at that.
My.
He's got the first, and he's out of bounds. He really turned on the speed, but Eastern Roar comes flying in there, if we see a replay on this one, you're going to see Roar come down there and help.
I mean, that was just a broken play that turned into just awesome play because Labrum's vision, and his speed and agility, he just jukes left, jukes right, and then takes off. And he even has one more juke.
Well, and I didn't think he was going to get away here.
Right here.
He did that little stutter step.
Yeah, the little dead leg, and then took off. I mean, he's got speed, he's got vision, and he can throw the ball.
Roar coming down and knocking 32. And the Cougars in Bruin territory. Going to go with the double tight end set. Again, 2 receivers. Colby Hyder lined up in the backfield. As they'll fake it to Hyder, and then Labrum in trouble. Throws, incomplete pass. Foot trying to just scoop it off the turf, but it was incomplete.
Yeah, usually he's pretty good at, rolling out to his right and throwing on the run. There's not very many quarterbacks out there that have that accuracy that Labrum can do on the run. But just a little low right there.
Well, what I saw is that he thought he was going to get tackled, and it almost messed up his throw as he just he let go of that ball a little too late.
Yeah, that defender got in there really easy, and he should have had him. But, man, that's just some great footwork.
Sometimes that can mess with your mentality. They're going to give to Hyder this time. Hyder breaks the first initial tackle, and he'll pick up 1, if not 2.
It's the end of the quarter.
And so after 1, it's the Bruins 7, Cougars 0. We're back after this quick message.
I decided to attend USU Uinta Basin because I could stay here and keep doing what I was doing and be around my family and still be able to get the degree that I wanted.
It was important for me to stay in Vernal while taking classes and getting my degree because this is where my family's at.
It's such a great opportunity that we have here in the Uinta Basin. There's great scholarships, there's great programs, it's such an amazing campus. The instructors care about you, and having that degree has opened so many doors. It's just an opportunity you don't want to pass up.
And we're back. Union High School hosting Mountain View Bruins tonight. In tonight's contest, the Bruins up 7-0 as we get ready to start the second quarter. Cougars on offense, but knocking on the door on the Bruins' 35-yard line for a 3rd and 8. We'll see what the Cougars can do as they're going to go with trips right. Labrum in shotgun, drops back, he throws as he's hit, trying to get to it. They're going to say incomplete pass as Burchell is going to want that pass interference, but that'll bring up 4th down. There is a flag in the backfield, and it is a personal foul. Oh, we got a late hit or a hit on the quarterback on the defense, and so there you go.
That will help out Union for sure. And on that pass interference, it looked like their feet just got tangled up, and so that's a good no call by the refs.
Yeah, I thought so too, But there comes the penalty in the backfield, and the Cougars will get a first. Well, Strata Networks, they bring you more local cell sites than any other wireless provider. You can join the network with the best local coverage today and get up to $500 in credits with a qualifying trade-in. Just visit stratanetworks.com to learn more. As the refs will march this one down into the 20, the Cougars. Is it considered the red zone on the 20?
Yeah, it's close enough.
Sure, why not?
Let's make it the yellow zone or something because we got Union.
The yellow zone. Oh, that's a good one. I like that. Tight trips right on 1st and 10 for the Cougars as they give to Hyder, and he's had some room there. This comes in a flag. I'm guessing that's holding.
It looked like it was open there. All of a sudden, they closed in. That's a pretty good team defense, side to sideline to sideline.
Yeah, I think that's one of those things where you've got to, as a running back, you have to know when to move and turn it upfield.
Right. You got to follow your blockers. You got to have patience. And he's young, like he hasn't been out on the field very much. He'll learn that. He'll get the patience. He'll wait for his blockers, and then they won't hold.
Special thanks to United Express, operated by SkyWest, for sponsoring tonight's live coverage. As United Airlines, operated by SkyWest, is committed to being the Basin's portal to an entire world of travel. As this will bring the ball back to the Bruins' 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and, 17? Is that what it is? Yeah, 17. Well, the Aggies playing, I'm trying to think who they're playing tomorrow.
I'm not sure who Utah State plays.
New Mexico State. It's the Aggies versus the Aggies. Labrum's going to keep this one. He'll pick up a few yards. Yeah, the Aggies are playing the Aggies, but you can be an Aggie in the Uinta Basin no matter where you attend. Your diploma will have the same 3 renowned words. Utah State University. You can visit uintabasin.usu.edu for more information or call 722-1700 to get started. Yeah, that's a Go Aggies, and you're unbiased.
Well, they had a great game last week. They played Michigan State to the very end, almost had them beat.
Oh.
They look good this year. So
yeah, I think they'll beat New Mexico.
Oh yeah, New Mexico they're 0-2, and it won't be close.
Trips left, and there's the pass. It's a bubble screen, and that one wide open. Did you see that?
Chase Burchell.
Well, Mountain View played up on the ball.
Yeah. When I saw that go, I almost thought it was an interception because I thought he was trying to hit the other receiver, and he hit the one in front.
Well, and you saw the defender jump in there. He tried to get it. Let's watch this replay.
What a cool play.
As you can watch, one of the defenders right there tried to tip it. It was a defensive lineman, and at that point, there's nothing as Burchell in for the score, and we'll see if they can tie this one up. Tanner Miles Nebeker to hold, and the kick is good. We got a tie ball game. Cougars get on the board. 7-7 there. As Jones Paint and Glass, founded in 1938, celebrating 80 years of business and a proud sponsor of live coverage of local high school sports. Speaking of which, Brandon, I need to probably order me a sliding glass door for a shower.
All right. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you're the man.
Us.
You're the man to help me.
I'm the guy. I work at Jones Paint and Glass. I'm the paint guy, but I can give you to the person. I mean, Nathan Crapo is a great worker down there. He can get you set up. But if you need paint, you come to me.
Well, I think I'm okay there.
All right. I'm pretty sure you need paint. Let's ask your wife.
You know what? I don't have a wife. She loved to paint, but now she has moved on, and so I don't worry about that stuff.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No, it's a good thing. It's like, oh, good, no more painting.
Oof.
No, speaking of which, I probably do. My house is going to need some painting soon. Good point, though. Jones Paint and Glass, the place to go when you need whatever it might be. Remodeling, new home construction. L&L Motor as the Cougars get right out there to kick off. I'm not sure they're doing a little bit of a change up there, but L&L Motor, they proudly serving the entire Uinta Basin by offering unsurpassed customer service along with the largest selection of new and used vehicles under one name. L&L Motor. As Mountain View takes this one about the 10. Was that J.R. Hayes on the return? Cougars meet him at the 20. Gang tackle.
That was really good. I mean, you had your gunners go in the right positions. Everybody did their job, and they got him down at the 20-yard line. Awesome.
Look how good I was. It was Hayes. I didn't even know for sure. I kind of guessed.
He just looks like a returner. I mean, yeah, definitely.
It looked like Hayes is what it looked like.
Is that Des Bryant or is that J.R. Hayes? I don't know.
Hey, Des Bryant hasn't even signed with anybody. Has he? He's unsigned.
He's still unsigned.
He's still a free agent.
Looking for a home.
Deuce in the gun. Across the middle to number 5.
Hey, that's the Felika Fanua. I mean, that's a guy they've been wanting to get the ball and
it's like
establishing him, man. He's a good slot receiver, like you said.
He's like one of their only seniors on the team, too. I think, isn't he?
I think they call him Foley for short, Foley Fanua.
Foley Fanua is an awesome name.
Yeah.
Deuce in the gun on first down. Now it's another quick pass over to the right side to number 25 is Perez.
Is that better now?
Yeah, we got a game, man. 7-7, 9:48 left in the second quarter. This is exciting.
Did Perez get anything? A yard?
Maybe a yard.
Maybe a yard. Just a quick little hitch pattern.
I just want to see some cleaner football, you know? Like that weird drive with the Erie more flags than first downs and then a touchdown was just odd.
Wasn't it? They ended up exactly where they left, and then it was a touchdown. And look at this one up the middle. Hone going to get the first.
Just up the middle, I believe that was Colby Hyder who made the play. Oh, Burchell on the tackle.
Tell him I can move down if he'll get off.
I still think it was Hyder.
I thought it was too.
Yeah.
Well, Deuce again in the gun, and he gives it to Hone, and Hone is wrapped up. That's Dalton Clark, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, no, it's not. I can't tell, though. I can't see numbers from this far. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it is Dalton Clark. I had to look over there on the screen to see a little closer.
So both teams are running the ball really well, and I bet you anything they're going to start opening it up in the pass game, throwing over the top, getting some major throwing. So we could have this Texas shootout that we're waiting for.
Just waiting. 4 receivers, and there's a pass to Perez, incomplete pass. Nate Foote on the coverage.
And Perez should have had that. He just didn't. He tried to make a move before he got the ball. You got to catch it first.
Yeah, it's tough when you've got a defender right on you, isn't it?
Especially who was it that was trying to? He probably heard footsteps too. Like you got.
It's true. It's true.
Who is that? Braden Nebeker.
As in the gun, it's Deuce, dual receivers. Hone goes out on a swing pattern, through across the middle, intended for Fanua. Incomplete.
So a couple incomplete passes there, and that will end their drive. They're going to punt this away.
Yeah, 4th down. The Cougars make them go 3 and out. Moon Lake Electric, a proud sponsor of high school sports in the Uinta Basin. As Moon Lake providing electricity to almost all the basin.
Yeah, I think they have a lot to do with these big-time lights out here. Those are good.
And that's a block. A block as the Cougars, that's Gurr. Gurr's going to run down. He picks it up, and it's a touchdown. Special teams for the Cougars, making a huge play.
Oh, we have to see the replay on this, Mark. This is good time.
Well, and I didn't catch the number, but I think it may have been Dalton Clark that got the block, and then Kobe Gurr comes down and picks it up.
I didn't think that you could advance a punt.
Was that Dalton Clark, the big guy? Yeah, you can you block it and you can pick it up.
Huh, okay.
So as Gurr picks it up and just rolls in. How about that? How about that block by, that's 56. That was 6 Killer. 6 Killer on the block, and the Cougars on the board again. 14-7's our score with 8:20 left to go in the first half. The Cougars on top. We'll be back after this quick break.
Hey you! It's the moment you've waited all year for. The Corn Maze is open again in Bluebell. Your favorite fall activities in one place. There's a pumpkin patch, kettle corn, goats, pumpkin cannons, spooky trails. There's just too much to list. So go to www.bluebellcornmaze.com or look up Bluebell Corn Maze on Facebook. Head to the Corn Maze at Water Hollow Ranch, located in Bluebell, where getting lost means finding fun.
And we are back. Mark Winterton joining me tonight. Brandon Jones in this exciting matchup between the Mountain View Bruins and the Cougars. And how about that touchdown?
That was awesome. You're just talking about Moon Lake Electric. How about the electricity in the stadium after that touchdown?
That was huge. Huge block by, I think it was 6 Killer that had the block. But Kobe Gurr runs it down. He doesn't even dive on it. He picks it up and jumps into the end zone. And then Miles now has a touchback. And so the Mountain View Bruins will be starting on their own 20 to come out. Defensively, the Cougars have been awesome, but I'm going to have to give this one to the penalties. That's what's kept the Cougars in the game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and that was a kind of a broken play on the touchdown, too. I mean, he had forever to throw, and he got out on the left, and then he finally threw it to J.R. Hayes and had a wide open, but it was kind of a broken play. So for the most part, the defense has done pretty well. But like you said, with penalties,
that's have killed Mountain View.
Well, I mean, that's your extra defender tonight.
It really has. So far, the player of the game is the Stripes.
Some stadiums have the 12th man. We got the 12th flag.
We got the yellow flag. As Deuce will play action, roll right. He gives it off to Fanua. Fanua pounding some yardage. He's got a first, close to a first.
And for a big guy, Fanua, he can really get up and go. Like, you should see how fast he got started there from 0 to 60. Except for a big dude, man. He's fast.
Oh, he moves. Folly Fanua, number 5 there for the Bruins, as they're going to go a trips formation to the left. It is a first. They're waiting for the flags to get moved there. That's why the delay here. 8:13 left to go in the second as the Cougars lead 14-7. As Deuce takes the snap, throws it over to his man. That is Hayes. Hayes straight arms guy. Who was that on the defense?
It looked like it was Hyder coming up there.
Straight arms him, and then he picks up just a few more, but he's still
Yeah, right now the defense is in a cover too, and Matt Labrum, he loves to play man. He thinks that he can, man up and match up with the players well as he's doing right now, and they got some zone with the safety, but there you go.
And that one
Good
off
play.
the back of the defender. That is Braden Neberker there. Braden Neberker, number 19, was the defender. Didn't it hit him in the back? Hit him right in the back. But that was a quick thrown ball. You don't know that's
Yeah,
coming.
he wasn't even to his route yet. I mean, I think he had to throw it quick. I don't know if they got some penetration from the defense, and felt like he had to throw it.
But now it's a third down. Let's see if the Cougars can cause them to go three and
they
out as Colby Hector will blitz. It's a run by Strauss, and he's going to get enough for the first, just powering forward.
So now, yeah, they bring Strauss in, their big power back. We'll just give him a fullback, and he gets a couple yards there.
He got what he needed. That's it.
Well, that's what he's designed to do. I mean, come in on goal line, come in to get a first down. I mean, that's what you want.
So from the Bruins 41, first down. He'll fake it, and he's going to keep it himself. Deuce not getting a whole lot. The defensive line closing in on him.
And that was a good job of not taking the bait. They all knew that was going to go to the quarterback and not the running back, and they played that well. Good defense.
Also, Nate Foot in on there on the tackle, along with the whole defensive line, I think. So on 2nd and 8, Deuce again in the gun. He's going to go trips left. He drops back to throw. It's over to Hayes. Hayes makes a move, and he's past his guy. Gets past the second guy. Hyder hanging on to him. Finally drags him out of bounds. Moves by Hayes.
Man, he is legit. He is really good.
Can we get a replay on that one? I mean, they're quickly on the ball. Maybe we don't have time on that.
So just a short
Watch
pass.
this little move around, and then he jukes.
Juke.
As Deuce will give to Strauss. Strauss going to the right side, but the line just snuffs him out.
And that was a good tackle with the play before by Caden Hyder. Touchdown saving tackle. And,
Yeah.
J.R. Hayes is a lot bigger than him, and he still got low, got him out of bounds. Great
Well, and
play.
we've seen Hayes straight arm guys too. He does a good job. He is a beast at receiver. An excellent weapon that Deuce has. Deuce in the guy. You notice how I call him Deuce? I don't.
Well, his number's 2 is Deuce, man.
Yeah, it's Deuce. I know that. As he goes up to Hayes.
Oh, man,
Hayes in
there's
the end
Hayes.
zone. Just a fade pattern into the end zone there.
Wow. So I said Des Bryant. Well, how about Julio Jones? He's number 11 for the Atlanta Falcons. J.R. Hayes.
There you go.
He just posts up the guy in the end zone, throw it high enough, get high point of the ball right here. Great catch.
Well, and it was good defense by Neberker. Neberker was right on him. Dietz comes over, and you can see Dietz kind of shaking his head like, oh, my goodness, how do we guard this guy?
Well, he's 6'4", and then probably has a 40-inch vertical, so that's a real tough play to stop.
Yeah, he'll go up and get the ball whenever he wants against any high schooler. As that one goes right through, hits the pole in the back. So our score here, he did get it right. 14-all at the with 6:09 left to go in the first half. We're back after this quick break.
When you need windows, doors, bathroom glass, or paint, Jones Paint and Glass can help. With over 80 years in the industry, we're Utah's go-to expert for paint and glass. We offer beautiful, energy-efficient Jones Paint and Glass windows, as well as Anderson and Marvin windows and doors. We also offer top paints like Benjamin Moore and PPG Pittsburgh paints. Whether you're remodeling or building from scratch, Jones Paint and Glass has you covered.
When you hear the crash,
By fixing it the first time, we show our customers that we care. I'm Rico. I'm a technician at L&L Motor. I've been in the automotive industry for 7 years.
I'm Amanda Kazik. I work here at the parts department at L&L.
I like being a technician. Every day is a new day, and it's cool to see a concern and be able to fix it.
They're kind of like my family, so they've really taken care of me and given me a ton of opportunities.
We value the Fix It Right First program. Try to go the extra mile for the customer.
Mountain View coming into Roosevelt to take on the Union Cougars in this home game. The Cougars and the Bruins tied up 14-all with about 6 minutes left here in the first half, as now the Bruins will kick off after that J.R. Hayes touchdown. We're talking J.R. Hayes, a big guy. As this one's going to, who is that?
This is a squib kick to number...
That's Bullethead.
Bullethead, yeah.
Was it? Oh, no, that's Angel Vasquez. Vasquez is senior for the Cougars. He gets that and he takes off up the field like he's a returner.
Well, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, if the ball comes your way, you got to be ready, and he surely was.
Well, sometimes I'll see those linemen, the guys up front that are blocking, they'll get the ball and they just lay down. Instead, Vasquez is like, this is my chance, my glory. I'm going for this. And he picks up some pretty decent yardage. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cougars from their own 36-yard line. You know, we were talking a little bit about the player of the game, and obviously the yellow flag has done a great job for the Cougars keeping this game close. But our Water Hollow player of the game, tonight's player of the game will receive 2 tickets to the maze at the Water Hollow Ranch in Bluebell. Incomplete pass there from Labrum to Roar.
Yeah, just a little bit low again. I mean, that's all you've seen from Labrum tonight. Hasn't quite got established to throwing the ball up high. Still getting a little bit low.
I don't feel like he's setting up completely. He's kind of throwing off balance. On the run, obviously, it's going to be a little bit off balance, but he's got to lean into those passes to put him in there.
Yeah, he needs to stay calm and collected. Maybe stay in that pocket just a little bit longer. Take a breath and then throw.
Cougars are going with the dual tight end, and they've been doing that all night as Labrum will keep the ball and they'll continue to run it, trying to establish that rushing game.
Yeah, Labrum already has almost 300 yards this year just on rushing. But, I mean, they really want him to get established at throwing because he can throw the ball. I've seen it. He has an arm. He has a cannon.
Yeah, I mean, one of his best years, I think, was the last few games of his freshman year. He had some long throws, and that offsides against the Bruins is going to give the Cougars a 1st down.
Yeah, and Matt Labrum was talking that he sent him to camps this offseason to get him to be a better passer and to stay in the pocket a little bit more so that he could be, more protected because they don't want him running every play because eventually you're just going to run out of chances and you eventually get hurt.
Well, and as you go on to college, you're going to be facing some bigger dudes. Bigger dudes means a lot more power coming at you.
For sure.
As Labrum in the gun, dual tight ends here, the double tight end set. They fake it to Dietz, and now he'll roll right. He's going to go downfield, intended for
that's caught.
Foot, and Foot makes the catch, but a flag thrown in the middle of the field.
And that was just where the receiver could catch it. I mean, there's no pick opportunity there. It's either him, his guy, or nobody.
Let's watch and see if they've got a lineman downfield.
They do.
They do. Clark is way downfield.
And that's too bad because that was a really good throw by Labrum and a good connection.
It's just a 5-yard penalty, but still.
But I like that. He calmed down that play, and he threw like he knew he could, and he got it right to where his man wanted it.
Yeah, you're in pass protection. You just need to stay back. Don't be running upfield 20 yards,
When you run those, I was on the offensive line in high school for times. You love those plays when you're running and screens where you can just run with the field. But
as they give it to Dietz, and Dietz looking for his hole, and he finds it across the 50, across the 45, spins to the 40, and knocked out of bounds. Actually, come out of bounds before they hit, but close to the first. What a run by Dietz. Good blocking, too. Got to give that one to the offensive line.
Yeah, and you said you saw something in this Dietz guy that they haven't been running, but he's a good player, and you can see it here how, man, he just takes off, and he's carrying tackles.
Good pull there by Brig Edwards. He slowed down Tovar.
Yeah, Tovar took him out right there, but 36 finished him off. It looked like almost he was out of bounds and then came back in. But
yeah, that's what happened. So it's going to be 2nd and 1. But how about that after a penalty? The Cougars back, a nice 14-yard gain as they're going to go deep to Burchell, and he's got it.
Wow. What a play by Burchell.
Great catch by Burchell, and then he goes out, they're going to mark this ball to 12. So the Cougars in the red zone with the tie ball game at 14-all.
Yeah, watch this replay. What a great throw. Perfect spin on the ball.
Nice. And then a beautiful
catch.
Grab.
I mean,
you can't put it any better because the defensive back cannot get to that. So on 1st down, Labrum will keep it himself. He gets maybe 2.
Yeah, and they love this Birchall kid. I mean, and like you said, how Labrum went to camps and stuff, Birchall, he worked on in the weight room. He worked on his speed. They feel like a one-on-one matchup with anybody he can beat.
Birchall came out against North St. Pete fumbling it 3 times, and if you watch the UNA game, you'll notice every time he caught the ball, he was going 2 arms on the ball, which because he had obviously, 3 times, fumbling it 3 times.
Yeah, once you fumble 3 times, it starts to become a head game in your mind, and you're going to drop it more.
Well, and you could tell that was definitely a huge thing that he worked on that week. He did not fumble at all last game. Labrum in the gun, throws across the middle, and it's dropped.
Wow, he was wide open too.
You know what? That was a bullet across the middle to Foot.
Yeah, he didn't have to throw it that hard, but Foot, man, he should have had that. I mean, if it hits your hands and you're a receiver, you have to catch the ball.
At least I think that was Foot.
Yeah, it was 13, I believe.
Was it 13?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Foot then. But that's a tough one. You know, a bullet across the middle, you got to jump for just a little bit. And looks like someone's taking a timeout. Did you see which team? I'm going to guess it's the Cougars. But either way, timeout. We're going to take one as well.
Moon Lake Electric was organized in 1938 as a rural electric cooperative by residents of northeastern Utah. We are proud to support the television coverage of Uinta Basin High School sports.
Great food begins with great ingredients. We've grown our produce department with more prepared fruits and vegetables for the entire family. We've recently expanded our offerings, so come in and experience the fun, the excitement, and taste the difference.
Mark Winterton joining me also tonight is Brandon Jones as the Cougars knocking on the door. 3:52 left to go in the first half as we're all tied up at 14. Labrum in the gun, lone man in the backfield as he's got 5 receivers out there. Throws, and it's caught. Touchdown, Birchall.
Great play by Birchall right there, just alone in the end zone. You know, rolls out to his right, and Labrum loves to roll out to his right and throw that ball, and he put it perfect that time. That was it wasn't behind him like that last play.
Well, you got 5 receivers out there too, so everybody's trying to find coverage. In fact, Foot was wide open, but also Birchall, so he had a couple of different options there. Did you notice? Did you see Birchall? Birchall fumbled it.
He dropped the ball.
But boy, he jumps back on it again to make sure. As this one
blocked.
Blocked. So Cougars not going to be able to add the extra point. It's 20-14 here before the half.
And that's big with a close game. You can't. Oh man, the block right there, that hurts. I mean, these offenses are going, and you get a block right there. Oof.
Yeah, that could come back to bite you. Ute Tribal Enterprises, they're the fastest growing tribally owned enterprise in the state of Utah with 9 operations. Ute prides itself in UTE, Ute Tribal Enterprises, prides itself in offering the very best products and services to their customers. Also, Zions Bank wants to help make you a financial touchdown. We haven't forgotten who keeps us in business. More at zionsbank.com as the Cougars head out onto the field.
So, Mountain View, they're in that harder division, like you said, in 4A, but, they're doing pretty good. And last year, they were 3-8 overall and 2-3 record.
But the year before that, they were winless.
Oh, they were awful.
So they were winless, so they improved, and they'll probably continue to improve. They had a win against Hurricane to start the season off this year.
And then they were 2-3 last year, but they still made playoffs. I don't know how that works, but
you cannot win a game sometimes in some regions and not play. As Miles again, another touchback. look at Hayes and.
Looks like they're breaking something back. I think that was offsides or.
Oh.
Yeah, they're going to bring it back.
Wass is going to march this one back.
Re-kick.
You know what? You got to false start.
Thanks, you guys.
You got to love our officials. They put forth good effort out there, and and sometimes they take the beatings. People talk a lot of trash on officials, And it's not like they're out there to better another team. They're calling exactly what they see, and they're doing the best job they can.
Yeah, it's a tough job, and
And
someone's
maybe
got to
they
do
have
it.
a little bit of tunnel vision, you know? I mean, I do. You know, a lot of those football players do. They don't see the open man and whatnot. As Tanner going to kick this one. This one will land about the 8-yard line as Hayes brings it out across the 20, the 30, runs into his own man, down to the 40-yard line. Great return by Hayes.
Yeah, Union probably pretty lucky that he ran into his own guy right there because he looked like he had a lot of space and a lot of green in front of him.
And a lot of speed.
And a lot of speed.
That guy's fast.
So they have a big game coming up with Orem. And Orem, you think this J.R. Hayes guys is good? There's this kid, Puka Nakua. You know, so he's
that is an awesome name, by
he's
the
the
way.
brother of like Kaya Nakua and Samson Nakua for Utah.
Oh, okay.
And man, he has already like 456 yards and 6 touchdowns in 3 games. So they gotta play that guy.
It doesn't matter what kind of quarterback you got. You got an awesome receiver. You're just like, go deep. I can't throw it.
Sorry, no, I went there.
As Deuce is in the gun, he drops back, throws. That's a Fanua? Fanua.
Yeah, Fanika Fanua finally getting established as that slot position like they want.
And he's had a couple of nice little catches. They're going to give him 7 on this one, so it'll be 2nd and 3 from their own 47-yard line.
And he had a really good last year, too. I mean, he's a senior this year. He's one of their leaders on their offense as well.
Deuce in the gun. Takes the snap. And now he's going to throw, going deep. Incomplete. The coverage on was by Barnes, and I don't have a number 1.
David Hare looked like he was trying to get the ball, and maybe he got that little lost in the lights. But he tried to high point the ball, just wasn't there.
Now he's more the size of the Cougar.
Yeah, he's pretty small
size,
but he's quick. He's fast. He got by who was that, Burchell? That's in front of him. I mean, if you can get behind Burchell, then you're pretty good.
Off of me so I can move.
So trips left. Deuce drops back. He's going to throw to his right. Just a swing pattern there by Hone, and Hone picks up the first down, knocked out of bounds.
And that's a play that's been working for them all night. I think the Cougars have gave that play to him. They haven't got credit for it because of all the flags, but there's that play right there to Hone.
Yeah, just looking at the replay there, he picked up plenty of yards there as Deuce again in the gun, drops back, and another throw. That one's to Hayes again. Hayes breaking 2 tackles.
Oh, wow.
Almost 3, and he's close to another first down. Oh, my. That guy. And we're under 3 minutes to play, and so, of course, they're playing with a hurry-up offense. Deuce quickly to the line. We're going to show the replay here. Cougars going to do some
they're still having snap problems, too. I mean,
look
but
at
they
him
still
break
get it
that.
to that.
He breaks another one.
Dude, JR.
But we've got a flag, and so that's going to slow us up here. 2:47 left to go here in the first half. The flag thrown there, and that one's going against the Bruins. False start.
Where is he?
Yeah, and Tyler Anderson has a pretty positive outlook on this team. You know, he's been establishing some guys to stay in the program at a young age, and they have stayed loyal to it. And, you know, you're seeing the success on the field. So they expect to be probably in that 6th position this year.
So another little swing pattern. This one to Strauss, and Anderson just throws it a little further ahead of him, so it's incomplete. It's going to stop the clock. You're talking Tyler Anderson trying to set up. You know, that's one of the things that's tough with some programs when you've got bigger programs around you that say steal your players, or not necessarily steal, but they take from your pool,
No, well, yeah,
right?
of course, yeah.
And when there's another school that say, oh, your buddy's going there, and, hey, we have a better
Well, we have a winning program. I mean,
Yeah.
your Timpview, your Lone Peak, your Bingham, all those guys.
As Deuce is going to keep this one, he will slide, get down. Clock will continue to run, but now it's going to be 3rd and long. You know, I'm surprised he slid on that one because we've seen him all over the place, and it's not like he necessarily had, you know, Cougars don't necessarily have anyone that's really going to rock his world. I mean, he's a big kid.
Yeah. Well, we almost wonder that, you know, he had an injury in that first game, and they had another quarterback the last game. So he's trying to protect himself and stay safe.
3-man front on the Cougars.
Wow,
and they
what a throw.
get this one to Fanua. Fanua's going to take this one for a pretty decent gain. It'll be short of the first.
And what was so good about that throw is that he threw it to where the receiver was going to be. The receiver makes the exact route, and he just turns around and the ball is there. So that's almost impossible to cover. Look at that.
Perfect. Perfect pass and catch. So now on 4th down, trips left, and they're going to go deep to Hayes. Hayes cannot go up and get this one, and so that will give it back to the Cougars with just a little over 2 minutes to go.
Wow, 4th and 4 play right there to Hayes.
A little bit risky?
I mean, yeah, it's a little bit risky, but they're trying to go for the home run there and trying to get back into the game. Actually,
now you give the ball back to the Cougars with 2 minutes left. Cougars potentially score again before halftime, go up by 2 scores.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be tough to punt in this position, and you don't probably have a field goal kicker that can kick that far. So I don't fault them, but
why go on a fade pattern? Why not just another little maybe a swing pattern?
I like that better. I mean, if you went to home that's been working all night,
you got plenty of time and just get the first.
Yeah, I agree.
On 4th down, I would think just a little run. What was it, 4th and 2?
Well, I think it was 4th and 2 or 4th and 4, one of the two.
The Cougars come out with dual receivers. Brings a man in motion. That's Burchell, and they're going to give it to Burchell. Burchell, he's got Colby Hyder out there lead blocking, and he's picks up what, 9? They're going to give him. A first down. Where'd he go out of bounds at?
Burchell gets a good play there. He runs around the end.
Good block there by Colby
Hyder.
Sweet
block. I was going to mention that as well.
And so a first down, and it stopped the clock as they ran out of bounds.
We get to see a 2-minute offense here from Labrum and see how he can handle this. See if they can go high tempo like Mountain View did.
They bring Hyder now in motion and give it to Hyder, and he's going to get tackled in the backfield. The Mountain View Bruins, I think they saw that one coming. They read the play, and they took him down for a loss.
Yeah, good penetration, TFL. Read that good. I mean, if Hyder gets around the end, then he's gone, but he didn't get there at all.
And so the Bruins going to take a timeout. You know what? We're going to tune in as well.
Utah State University puts higher education in reach whatever your path may be. Whether you want to move to Logan or Price for a traditional campus experience, or save on living expenses and stay in the Uinta Basin, USU makes earning a college degree possible. As an Aggie, you'll gain skill sets to pursue the career that you love and that will make an impact. And no matter where you attend, your diploma will have the same 3 renowned words: Utah State University.
And we're back. We are back at Cougars with the ball. Minute 49 left to go here in the first half. They're up 20-14, but second and long here as Lincoln across the middle, incomplete. A pass intended for Barnes.
Yeah, a little bit high. Oh, there's a flag. I'm not sure why again.
In the back.
Looks like
Is that going to be a hold, or is that going to be a personal foul?
I didn't even see anybody in the area. It's kind of weird.
I didn't either. That's like a late flag. Like, I was thinking about it in my mind, and it was, face mask against the defense.
Well, that's a big play. First down. It was third. It would be 3rd and 16.
Is it an automatic first down, or is
absolutely.
it just a 15-yard penalty?
It's
just an inadvertent 5-yard penalty. So it'll repeat second down.
That's right. They have the 2 different, if it's not as harsh.
If it's he about got his head ripped off, face mask.
And they changed that just a little bit ago because it used to be just 15 yards every time.
Yeah, I like that it was changed.
I do too.
So 2nd and 11 now for the Cougars as they're going to go trips, tight trips right.
Tell me when.
Lone receiver on the far side is Burchell. Labrum in the gun. As he gives it to Is that Dietz? Dietz had nowhere to go.
Yeah, Raiden Dietz got locked up there by number 32.
So on third down, Mountain View wants to take another timeout, possibly get the ball back one last time before the half. I think that's probably a good idea. Why not? Why not? We're going to be looking for a Water Hollow player of the game tonight who is going to receive 2 free tickets to the maze at the Water Hollow Ranch in Bluebell. And we were talking about Jones Paint and Glass earlier, but Jones sells high-quality paint with thousands of colors to choose from. The interactive color workstation can help you find the right color for your project. How does that work, Mr. Brandon Jones?
You know, we have this.
That's yours, right?
Yeah, we have the color station. I don't know why you're plugging me here, but we have a color station where you can come in, you pick a house, exterior and interior room, and you can pick your colors, and you can see it on the screen. It's pretty awesome.
Because you're here. That's why I'm plugging you.
No, we'll take it. That's awesome.
Cougar's going to come out with now, how are they coming out with 5 receivers? Okay. I'm like, 5 receivers and a guy in the backfield? That's not going to work as Colby Hyder runs off the field. Man in motion, that's Burchell. Fakes it to him, and Labrum's going to keep it. He's got big hole. Trips over his guy, and so it'll be 4th down. Had he not tripped over his guy, he might have got that.
Yeah, it's kind of a similar situation with J.R. Hayes ran to the back of his guy. Saw a lot of green in front of him. Same thing there, Labrum.
So, of course,
stopped up.
Mountain View's going to take another timeout. We got a minute 33 left to go here in the first half, and why not? Well, L&L Motor, they've got a fully trained staff of not only technicians, but their entire team of employees at L&L. They're a proud sponsor of all UNA and Duchesne County schools, along with Moon Lake Electric. Moon Lake Electric, another proud sponsor of high school sports here in the Una Basin. Well, so far, not as high scoring. You know, I talked to Ryan with Off the Cuff Sports yesterday. Was it yesterday? Wednesday. And we talked just a little bit about this game. He had made some predictions, and he actually helped me call the game out at Mountain View last year when it was, what was the score? 54 to 43 or something like that. Very high scoring. We talked about it and kind of felt like it was going to be another close game, but definitely not as high scoring as both teams just didn't seem like they had those threats like they did last year. As Foot punts this one away, looks like it's probably going to go out of bounds. Oh,
wow, what a punt. Oh, my.
Now it goes out of bounds.
At the, 5-yard line?
You call that the corner coffin, right?
Yeah, that was a great kick, and Nate Foot put a foot into it, put it on the 5-yard line. How about that?
Just a great bounce, and I didn't see who that was down there to. Was that Hyder?
It looked like it was Burchell.
Was it Burchell?
Yeah. 18.
Somebody, yeah, if it was 18.
He was there to try to cover.
Right,
and that makes sense because he's your speed guy.
But the Cougars, with a nice punt there, put Mountain View at their own 4-yard line here with 1:24. So instead of now having some time to maybe get downfield, now you're worried about yourself with your back up against the wall a little bit here.
Yeah, I mean, this close to the half, you want to probably play a little bit conservative. Don't want to fumble the ball in this territory and let Union score again.
But Mountain View found some weaknesses in the Cougar defense. They found that speed-wise, J.R. Hayes, they can get him downfield quick.
Yeah, and then Fanua as well, as if they can get him in the middle.
And that one was intended for him, but thrown behind him just a little bit. We've seen some of those perfectly thrown passes by Deuce. That not one of them. Is that our student section making some noise out there? Wondered why the building was shaking. It's Strauss. Nice blocking up front. Big hole. And he's out to the 18-yard line. First down for the Bruins.
You know, on that play, they had a cornerback stunt. They almost got the safety, between the handoff. If you see it right here, number 58 comes in. It's almost to the play there. But Strauss makes a move and just goes north and south and says, get out of my way.
And that was Ryan Russell, actually, on the tackle there.
Okay. And then Fanua ran that play.
So now we're 2nd and 9.
They're getting up to the line quick.
Well, just 54 seconds left to go. Deuce in the gun. He's going to drop back to throw. Hayes wide open.
Woo! That was close.
Burchell making sure he was down as deep as him. And, that's definitely, you're going, hey, guys, stay deeper than that guy.
Yeah, this is where you get kind of in the prevent offense, and you don't want anybody behind you. And, like I said, you were on the 5-yard line. They were going to play it conservative, but they got a first down on the 20. They're gonna let it go now.
Yeah, Deuce in the gun. Play action. Nope, he's going to give it to his man.
Ooh, App took a shot right there. That was a great tackle.
That is Strauss, and Strauss gets enough for the first down. So that'll move the chains.
Easton Roar.
Which stops the clock, by the way. You got to move the chains. You got to stop the clock. So as soon as the chains are set, and there they are, Deuce going deep. Intended for his man, number 1. How about that catch? Great tackle by Russell.
Yeah, we were talking about David Hare before. He's not the biggest guy, but he's really fast. And right there, he makes a play and catches the ball. Who's guarding him right there? Number 11.
Number 11 was Barnes. Looks like they're playing a zone, though, and so that one then into Russell's zone, and Russell makes the tackle. Deuce throwing across the middle, intended for Fanua, incomplete pass.
And Russell looked like he was just trying to make the tackle there instead of for the interception, but
Russell, another sophomore for the Cougars. I love to see the young guys out there because then I know that they're going to be here again next year.
Exactly. You got to cultivate your program. You got to get these young guys in here and get them experience on the field. It makes a world of difference when you can trust these guys in big-time situations.
So Deuce with trips right in the gun. 24 seconds left to go in the game, in the first half. Throws it. That's to Perez. Perez making the catch, and Burchell quickly gets there for the tackle. No, that was Nebeker. Nebeker with the tackle.
Yeah, and they're going to give him anything short like that. And they just don't want anything to get beat deep because you have 9 seconds on the clock.
Mountain View will have one last play, and what's going on? Did the Cougars want a timeout?
Yeah, I bet you anything it's a timeout, and that's a good timeout if it's from Matt Labrum because you want to get your guys set up. You don't want any mistakes on this play.
No, none. 5 seconds left to go. The Cougars are going to take a timeout, and we will also.
There's no cost for imagination, no charge for dreams, no limit to what we can accomplish together. It takes grit, determination, but mostly it takes you. They are your ideas, your visions. We're here to help. Early mornings, late nights, heavy loads. We are real people turning extraordinary dreams into reality. Sunbelt Rentals. Your ideas, our equipment.
Mark Winterton joining me tonight. Brandon Jones in this fun, exciting matchup here between the Cougars and the Bruins. 5 seconds left to go in the first half as the Cougars took a timeout. And the Cougars lead 20-14 as Deuce drops back. He's going to want to go deep, but he's hit. Hit right as he throws it, and that's going to do it for us for the half. The Cougars on top here, 20-14. Brandon, let's do just a real quick recap. What just some thoughts from the Cougar offense from the first half?
It's really tough, to get going on offense, to get a rhythm, what you're trying to establish when you have so many penalties and broken plays, and that's what happened in the first quarter. But then when you get into the second quarter, both these teams started to get going up and down the field, and J.R. Hayes had an outstanding half for Mountain View, the Bruins. This kid is so hard to stop. He can catch anything, and he can break a couple tackles. And then on our side, Union, Chase Burchell with that cool catch, stretched out his arms, caught the ball from a beautiful place pass by Labrum. I mean, we've got a good game. It's 20-14.
I guess thoughts on some of on the defensive side of things.
Yeah, defensively, both teams have done really well against, the run. And the defensive lines have been both strong on both of these sides. So, Colby Hyder at the linebacker position has made some plays that, was it Dylan, who was your guy that you were talking about with the defense.
Dalton Clark.
Dalton Clark, I mean, he's been just loading up the middle, you know, clogging up that middle at that nose tackle position. And then on the other side with Elwood, what's his name? Elwood Afalava, their big D end. He's kind of like their Junior Hayes. He's all over the field. And then, you know, Antonio Tovar. They call him his ball hawk because he gets interceptions. I haven't seen it yet, but he's making tackles all over the place. It's kind of like their Caden Hyder.
Yeah, huge. Well, so offensively, the Cougars able to get on the board twice. Same with Mountain View, but then making that huge blocked punt. And Kobe, well, as it was Dalton Clark that blocked it. Was it Dalton? Or Six Killer.
Six Killer.
Six Killer.
Got
Six
the block.
Killer got the block. And then
Gurr was
Kobe
in the end
Gurr.
zone.
And I love how, because I thought, is he going to just jump on it and just cover the ball? Or is he actually going to pick it up and try to get in the end zone? And he just grabs it and dives into the end zone.
Yeah. And one thing I'm a little worried about is like the 20-14 score where they didn't get the PAT. They got it blocked. I mean, that could come back to haunt you a little bit in the second half.
And the Cougars will kick to start the second half. So Mountain View receiving the ball, and we may see it. You never know. You never know. They come down, score, put the extra point on there up by 1, and this could go back and forth all night long.
Yeah, and Tyler Anderson in the locker room right now, he's probably talking about execution. We don't want any penalties in the second half. We want to get everything established and have perfect execution, and so we can get a rhythm for Deuce Anderson. I mean, Deuce Anderson, he's a really good thrower, and you could see it. He could get it to J.R. Hayes and Fanua, and he did that. But when you lose that rhythm, it's hard to just make play after play.
All right, so you just talked about Coach Anderson's talk in the locker room. What about Coach Labrum? What do you think he's saying to his guys?
Labrum is, telling his defense that they battled out there. He's proud of them, and I don't think there's a lot to say about anything negative at all. I mean, I think they played really good, really tough, really physical, and made big plays. And so, I think it was in the pre-game, it was all about finish, and I think they finished. I think the only thing that they didn't finish on was that PAT, and I think that's the one thing that you can look at.
Yeah. Well, awesome, fun action in first half. 20-14's our score. We got the Cougar drill team out here, and then also we're going to be doing the punt, pass, kick with the young guys down there. You can kind of, you can't see them yet. They're they're sitting off to the left, but you're going to see them here in just a minute. And while we wait for that, well, just a real quick recap. We want to thank all of our sponsors who give us this opportunity to bring you live coverage of high school sports here in the Basin. Ashley Regional Medical Center, Jones Paint and Glass, L&L Motor, along with Moon Lake Electric, Strata Networks, United, operated by SkyWest, Utah State University, U Tribal Enterprises, and Zions Bank. And then, of course, our player of the game tonight going to be sponsored by Water Hollow Ranch, receiving 2 free tickets to the maze at the Water Hollow Ranch in Bluebell. So, we got the cheerleaders. The cheerleaders up next. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back after this.
This is Zaylee Ann. She was born on May 24th, 7 pounds even. The first time I saw Zaylee, you hear of it being love at first sight, but she looked up at me and it was like, there's my daughter. Where have you been all my life? I've missed you. When you're having a baby, you have a lot of questions, and it's not just you that's involved, it's your child also. And from a mother's standpoint, you care a lot about that person inside of you. And you care about yourself too, and you want to make sure that you can make the best decisions for your family. As women, we want to be heard. It's our bodies. We're going through something pretty important, and knowing that the medical team that would be helping me would be very competent, that was important. They offered me their advice and told me exactly what my options were and let me make an educated decision, and I think that's really important. And when I delivered, all of them, every single person that I had come in, very friendly. They all just wanted me to have the best possible outcome that I could.
We are the people behind the connection. You may never see us, but you are always on our minds. Because you are the reason we do what we do. Improving the way you connect is the reason we are always working. Why we are always building. why we are always striving to give you the best. We are the people behind the connection, working together to connect your life.
Let's hear it again for the Union High cheerleaders. Beautiful job, gal.
When you need windows, doors, bathroom glass, or paint, Jones Paint and Glass can help. With over 80 years in the industry, we're Utah's go-to expert for paint and glass. We offer beautiful, energy-efficient Jones Paint and Glass windows, as well as Anderson and Marvin windows and doors. We also offer top paints like Benjamin Moore and PPG Pittsburgh paints. Whether you're remodeling or building from scratch, Jones Paint and Glass has you covered.
When you hear the crash.
Great food begins with great ingredients. We've grown our produce department with more prepared fruits and vegetables for the entire family. We've recently expanded our offerings, so come in and experience the fun, the excitement, and taste the difference.
By fixing it the first time, we show our customers that we care. I'm Rico. I'm a technician at L&L Motor. I've been in the automotive industry for 7 years.
I'm Amanda Kazik. I work here at the parts department at L&L.
I like being a technician. Every day is a new day, and it's cool to see a concern and be able to fix it.
They're kind of like my family, so they've really taken care of me and given me a ton of opportunities.
We value the Fix It Right First program. Try to go the extra mile for the customer.
Moon Lake Electric was organized in 1938 as a rural electric cooperative by residents of northeastern Utah. We are proud to support the television coverage of Uinta Basin High School sports.
This is Zayden Swain.
Tell me what I'm out.
His favorite team is the Broncos, and his favorite subject is math. And he's got a brother playing for the team, Ray Swain. Thank you, Eve.
Hey, we are back here at halftime. Good old halftime, having a fun time. I'm Mark Winterton. Brandon Jones also joining me, but he stepped away for a minute, and so Brother Steve is joined me here.
I'm on the line.
We're going to watch a little punt, pass, kick. Now, this is from every middle school in the Basin area. So if you look out there, you can see, look, there's Mighton Elementary, we got East Elementary, we got their own flag. Centennial, we got Neola, we got Kings Peak. So the 5 different middle schools, and these kids are going to punt it.
Boys are wearing their jerseys too.
I know, isn't it awesome?
The Miller boys out there.
Do you got a pick?
First of all, we're going to have Tice Miller punt from Kings
You got a pick?
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, you got a kid that you're going to say, I think
I'm
this
going to
kid.
go with the Miller kid. He's kicking the ball right now. There's a kick.
Oh, man.
Look at that kick.
Well, he punted it down to the end zone.
Yeah, that's going to roll to the 5, and then there's the next kick. I'm telling you,
that one is good too.
I'm going with Miller on the far side because I do the games with his dad.
You know what? We got a bunch that could now. If you get it through the upright, then they will advance to the end game on the 12th of October, and they'll be able to compete for a prize on that game.
So this is a throw.
There's the pass. Yep.
What do they just throw it as far as they can?
Yeah, and then they got to.
Miller's going to throw it right here. There he is. He's going to put that through the uprights. I think it went through.
I can't tell if it went through or if it went on the other side, but either way.
So now what?
He gets to kick wherever he wants to kick it. We didn't take that into account.
Well, is it all about distance, or is it?
No,
about
it's
just
about kicking it through the upright.
So he's going to have to kick it through from behind the goal
No,
posts.
they'll bring it forward.
And they're going to take turns then off a tee.
Well,
so
you know what's happened here is now they've exceeded the expectations. If you were here for did you see the first game against Summit Academy?
I don't think I was paying attention. We had a halftime.
Nobody got it even close to the uprights, and so
well,
this is a change of rules.
Some of these kids can kick farther than I can, to be honest.
I think they get to kick it wherever they want to at this point, if they got it into the end zone.
And Bajun gets it down to the pad.
That's tough.
Now that Miller kid, wait and watch for him. He kicked that early kickoff good. He's number 10. Is he number 10 down there?
Why is he kicking it from the 10?
I think that basically if you got past a certain spot, maybe you get to kick it kind of
wherever you want.
Well, you'd think they'd want to be on the goal line almost, but nah, it'd be a little close. From about the 2-yard lines where I would kick it.
I'd kick that one from the goal line.
Okay, there's a nice punt, nice kick.
Oh, he got it through? Did it go through?
I couldn't tell. It looked like
I think it went off to the
under.
left.
Yeah.
I think we put that kid in the finals.
He's up. This kid's a big kid. He should be able to get some power. Swain's out there. Is that Rafe Swain's little brother? Number 82, I think.
What a fun
22. 22 is Rafe Swain's little brother. I don't know his name. We never got to do this when we were kids.
I know. Isn't this fun?
We got gypped.
Isn't this fun stuff?
So what did you say they went like they get tickets to the Water Hollow, or what was that?
For these? I don't know.
This wasn't Water Hollow. This is Player of the Game.
Yeah, Player of the Game gets tickets to the maze at the Water Hollow Ranch. And
what is the
I don't
maze
know.
at the Water
How
Hollow
about your? Okay, so after the first half of action, just your quick thoughts, Steve, of our Player of the Game.
Player of the Game right now?
Right now, if you had to pick right now.
You got to give me a second to think about that. Lincoln's done a great job running the ball up the middle and just being able to run the offense. As far as offensive go, nobody's standing out on the other side of the ball. The quarterback, remind me his name.
We're not giving Mountain View anything.
We're not going to give them anything?
No, we're not going to give them. Do you think they're going to come back out and go to the maze?
All right. Well, who are you picking on Union offensively?
I think I'm going to go on the defense, and at the moment I've got Dalton Clark picked out. Defensively, he's been huge on that defensive line.
Yeah, he's got that. He's got the size there. He's stuffing some holes.
He's been stuffing some holes. UB Tech, of course, sponsoring the game tonight. They had, in a sense, they did the food. Had street tacos out there. Did you have any street tacos?
No, I went out and talked to the chefs. I work with them, and
you work over there.
Looks
so
like they served up about 500 people. So looks like a record crowd here tonight. I would say, this stadium's a lot bigger than the old stadium.
It's completely packed, and then you see what Mountain View's brought, and you're like,
yeah.
You guys need to bring more people next time because we just packed the crowd.
Mason Eldridge is out tonight. You guys probably talked about that for Union.
Well, yeah, he's
got a
I talked to him, and he
gluteus maximus pulled
a glute
and
muscle
then
there.
Also Carter Winterton defensively is out with a knee injury. Next week, Tavita Kafusi should be back from an ACL, depending on how his visit went with the doctor today. So
I'm
looking forward to having him back.
I got to go see if I win a ticket. Where's my ticket?
But it was fun to watch Dietz get the ball a little bit, the sophomore for Union coming in. His dad was a 3A state MVP back in the day, and he's just a sophomore, so it's good to see, what the future can hold there at that spot. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and turn the mic back to Brandon. He's here, and I'll head back with my
your cohort?
My cohort in crime.
All right, go back to your own booth.
KVU with Brett Miller.
Go back to your own booth.
There you go.
Get out of here. Thanks, Steve. Brandon joining me again as did you win one? I didn't even get my ticket.
No, I didn't win. That's a hard act to follow with Steve, man. He's a great guy.
Oh, it is halftime here at Union High School. The Cougars on top, 20-14 here against Mountain View. A packed crowd. I am going to dare say that I don't think I've ever seen this many people at a Union High School football game. It is free night. Everybody came for free, and I hope they're getting a good show. There was street tacos, so everyone's full, right?
I mean, awesome. I mean, the flyby. I just went out there outside to get some air in just to see how many people were actually in the crowd, and there's a lot.
Was it overwhelming?
It's overwhelming, absolutely.
And you know what? The new school, the parking, there's so much parking, so much more parking than there was in the old. I mean, there really wasn't a parking lot for the last one, was there? Anyways.
So over the last year, it's been kind of fun to come see like everything go down. Like I've delivered paint here like throughout the year, and so I've got to see each phase and each phase, and it was just cool. And now it's all done. It's just, you know, cherry on the top of the ice cream.
All right, well, quick prediction. I'm going to guess Mountain View getting the ball. They're going to come out, and they're going to come out again, establishing that run. Once they feel like they've established the run in the second half, they're going to go to the air to Hayes. Hayes all night long.
Agree. I think
Cougars
that's what they
can shut Hayes down somehow. Cougars will they'll get a win here tonight. But we're getting ready to start second half action. Before we do, we're going to go to a quick break.
When you need windows, doors, bathroom glass, or paint, Jones Paint and Glass can help. With over 80 years in the industry, we're Utah's go-to expert for paint and glass. We offer beautiful, energy-efficient Jones Paint and Glass windows, as well as Anderson and Marvin windows and doors. We also offer top paints like Benjamin Moore and PPG Pittsburgh paints. Whether you're remodeling or building from scratch, Jones Paint and Glass has you covered.
When you hear the crash.
And we're back as second half action gets underway. The Cougars to kick. Tanner Miles out there. Back to receive for the Bruins. It's Hayes. And then I don't know who else.
Looks like Antonio Tavar.
Is that Tavar?
Yeah.
We need to get some updated scores. Uinta tonight, I'm not sure. I can't remember who they're playing.
Duchesne's playing, I know that. And Uinta, I have no idea who they're playing.
We'll get you some updated scores as this goes on. Find out exactly how those games are going as Miles gets ready to kick. And the second half action underway. Just a little bit of a they didn't want to get it down to Hayes, did they?
No, they were staying away from him.
That's exactly what they're doing. And
I think those are the kind of adjustments that they're actually going to make in the second half. Is they're going to put some more, emphasis and maybe even double teaming him, like on the receptions.
I don't necessarily know if that's going to help any, but just because of his height. I mean, at 6'4".
Well, I think they double teamed him in the end zone when he posted up a guy.
They did.
It didn't help.
It didn't help. That's what I was saying. It's not going to help a whole lot, but we shall see. Deuce in the gun. Got a slot man. I think that's in Fanua. Gives it up the middle to Hone. Hone just pounding out yardage. And, of course, Clark, Edwards, and then also Caden Hyder there on the stop.
Let's see if what kind of defense adjustments they make in the secondary here.
It'll be second and third for the Bruins. Deuce in the gun. He's going to go trips left. As he'll throw just a little hitch pattern over to Perez. Perez has got the first down, a little bit more.
Yeah, they used, J.R. Hayes as a decoy on this side and tried to get the attention on him, and it worked there. They throw it over there to the other receiver.
Nebeker's got his work cut out for him all night long. He's done a decent job. I mean, it's tough.
Yeah, that's a tough guard.
Tough defending.
And sometimes they run man, and sometimes they go zone. And
is he really 6'4"?
6'4".
Holy cows. They're going to give this one to Hone. And, again, they just try to establish that running game. Don't be surprised to see a deep ball here.
Yeah, that's what you do. You know, you hit them in the gut just like a boxer, and then you go over the top and go for the haymaker, and that's what they've been kind of doing all game. And in the first half, they got some good things established. They just, you know, got tripped up on penalties.
I had way too many penalties
Yeah,
in the first
too
half.
many.
Way too many. When they started a drive, and after 10 plays, they were at the exact same spot. That's when you know penalties have just... I don't know if I've ever seen that.
What are they discussing down here now?
That is a good question. They're running down here to get something.
Hey, anybody with the car lights over there, the lights have to be off, please, before we can continue with the game.
Oh.
North end zone. Car lights need to be off, please.
Oh, the car lights.
Wow.
Somebody's over there. Oh, they're like, hey, turn your car lights off. There were 2 of them. Now there's just one. Boy, the coaching staff for the Cougars jumped the fence, and he's.
Yeah, how about that speed? I think that was Matt, wasn't it?
That was Ryan. That was Oppenop.
Oh.
Ryan Oppenop. I played with him, actually. He was our halfback, so he had speed then. He got the job done, and we're back at it. 2nd and 6 for the Bruins. Deuce in the gun. And it's another little quick throw, and that one incomplete. Bring up 4th down, 3rd down? 3rd down. 3rd and 6. Cougars, they're bringing out all their defensive linemen. They keep the defensive linemen fresh. Do you notice that's the...
Well, they just have a lot of depth in those bigger schools, you know, in the 4A schools. I mean,
But I mean, Cougars.
Cougars even.
Yeah, the Cougars defensive line. They keep their defensive linemen fresh as they get to
Wow,
Hone.
what a hit!
How about that by
Who
Colby
was that?
Hyder?
Woo!
Number 16, Colby Hyder with that good hit.
Hone picks up 1 and making it 4th and 5.
Yeah, Colby Hyder with a big stick right there.
4th and 5.
And so it'll be trips right. Deuce in the gun. There's the snap. And now he's going to go up top. No, down low there. Tovar. Was that Tovar? Tovar makes the extra
Antonio
play
Tovar
there at the end to get the first. Because the Cougars had him stopped, it looked like, right there, right before the first down marker. And he makes that extra play to get the first on 4th down. And the Bruins will keep the chains moving. Going to go trips left here. And he gives to Hone again. Hone. Boy, Hone doesn't go down easily. Colby Hyder bringing him down there. But even when he goes down, he keeps moving. And so the Bruins, 2nd and 8. Trips left. Hayes, the lone receiver on this near side. He's a big old boy. As I go to the left side to Fanua. Fanua makes a move on a couple of guys, and now he's racing to the end zone. He's got Kobe Gurr. He beats Gurr, and it's Burchell that finally hits him in the end zone. And so the Bruins score, and Fanua
Fanua made a great
fast.
move there. Holy cow.
Oh, he's fast. Let's watch this replay as he just outruns the whole team. So a couple of Union guys had their hands on him but couldn't do anything about it. And you see Gurr trying to make the angle there, getting blocked. And
almost got him at the 1 yard, but he got it right inside the pylon. So touchdown.
So they will now try to add the extra point. The extra point is no good as the snap was just fumbled a little bit.
And that evens things out again.
So we got a 20-all ball game right here in Roosevelt here in the 3rd quarter. An exciting game between the Cougars and the Mountain View Bruins. We're back after this quick break.
Great food begins with great ingredients. We've grown our produce department with more prepared fruits and vegetables for the entire family. We've recently expanded our offerings, so come in and experience the fun, the excitement, and taste the difference.
By fixing it the first time, we show our customers that we care. I'm Rico. I'm a technician at L&O Motor. I've been in the automotive industry for 7 years.
I'm Amanda Kazik. I work here at the parts department at L&L.
I like being a technician. Every day is a new day, and it's cool to see a concern and be able to fix it.
They're kind of like my family, so they've really taken care of me and given me a ton of opportunities.
We value the Fix It Right First program. Try to go the extra mile for the customer.
And we are back as the Bruins get ready to kick off to the Cougars. It's going to be Burchell who takes the kick at the 10. Fakes the reverse. He's going to take it around the right side. He's across the 20, the 30. Here comes a flag at about the 20-yard line as he's drugged down around the 40.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to come back. There's a block in the back.
And so the Cougars will be... Now, in this case, are they going to do it'll be from the spot of the foul, so it'll be half the distance. Oh, it's a face. Was that a face mask or just a hold?
Sorry, I wasn't watching. Let's see.
It looked like almost a face mask. I couldn't tell. But it's going to be from the spot of the foul, and it'll be half the distances. So this one coming way back as Birch was able to get out of the 40. Be first and 10 from their own 10 as the Cougars offense takes the field there. Long ways to go as we got a tie ball game. And there actually have been no timeouts taken, so both teams actually have all their timeouts remaining as here in the third.
Yeah, all knotted up at 20-20.
Nice little run there to Dietz. He gets caught up, but nice little run.
You know, and Dietz says this game goes along, he's starting to get a little bit more established and being a little bit more patient, and that's what you get when you get more time on the field with the first-team offense.
I love how he hits that hole, too, with full speed, tripping over his lineman. I hate to see that because so much potential. Mountain View, we've talked about it. They put so many guys in the box, and they'll show blitz, and sometimes, and a lot of times they were blitzing. As Labrum in the gun, and this time he fakes it to Dietz. He keeps it himself, and he'll pick up 2. So now 3rd and 2 is our, yeah, they're going to mark that one right about the Cougar 18-yard line.
That was a good tackle there by number 54, Brad Weddle.
Cougars come out running the ball here to start this second half. And with 2 tight ends set. And there's a pass now to Burchell. He's got the first, trying to get some more, and he'll get caught up. But a first down, and the Cougars keep it moving.
Yeah, good design play call right there. Just a little bubble screen. Gets it to Burchell on the outside. Good play.
So from the Cougar 23-yard line, as they get back to the line of scrimmage, they're going to go with a trips right formation. Lone receiver over on this side is Burchell. Dietz lined up in the backfield with Labrum, as now he will give it to Dietz around the right side. Dietz hits that hole. He meets a guy there, but he'll pick up a couple of yards. That's number 22 at the tackle.
That was Elwood Afalava. We haven't been calling his name a lot, and we're a little bit surprised by that because he's a really big player. Good defensive end on this team.
I love how Dietz sees the hole and just jets up. I mean, he's and as definitely as the game has gone on, we're seeing it in the second half action. He's running more north and south here. As Labrum's going to keep it. Labrum will get a few yards. So it'll be 3rd and 6. And the clock will continue to run. So the Cougars playing some hard-nosed football here in this second half action. Choosing to run it here with one pass play.
It's tough as a defense to, get against that RPO. I mean, the run pass option. So you don't know exactly if he's going to run it, if he's going to throw it, if he's going to hand it to the quarterback. I mean, the running back. But they're doing a good job of staying home and staying in their places, and that's why they're not getting very much on these plays.
Cougars going to go with trips left. Dietz lined up to the right side of Labrum as Labrum will drop back to throw. There's the throw intended for Burchell.
Almost got there a little bit early. I just don't see a flag. It looked like he kind of took him out before the ball even got to him.
Well, Burchell looked like wanted a flag.
I don't blame him there. Look, he gets there early.
Well, let's see number 30.
I mean, he kind of had the hook around him, but I mean, he definitely had contact with him before he got the ball, and it was in the back.
So the Cougars will punt this one away as Nate Foote comes in. Our score all tied up at 20. And there's Foote's kick, a nice high punt. And the Cougars able to get down on it. A good Cougar bounce, and then how about the Mountain View Bruins picking it up? There's a flag, as there is number 7 off to the races. Foote's going to try and figure out where he needs to go to get him.
Wow,
trips him up.
He's got some wheels.
There is a flag back here, so we're gonna take the flag. There's the flag at right there at the 43-yard line.
So number 7 is Seth Burr. Haven't called his name much, but man, he can run. But it's gonna come back, I bet.
Probably a block in the back would be my guess. See if we can see that block in the back. There's the block right there. Yep.
Yeah, number. Let's see if he gets up.
It was Braden Neberker that was blocked in the back.
Yeah, number 28, Tristan Ross, was the one that made the foul, and that's a costly one because he got all the way almost to the 10-yard line on that play. Seth Burr was just lightning fast.
Well, the Cougar defense needs to really set it up now with the score all tied up, 20 all. This is going to come down to every little thing is going to count.
Yeah, this Mountain View team has some athletes on it. I mean, you got your J.R. Hayes, Deuce Anderson, Seth Burr, Fanua. I mean,
Fanua is fast.
Phenomenal Fanua. I mean, he is just really good.
He is. And so Anderson in the gun. They're missing a lineman. They're missing a lineman. Anderson will whisper into his ear. Here's the play, buddy. And there's the run right up the middle. That one looks like it's to... I want to say that was Hone, but it might have been Strauss.
Yeah, that was snuffed out there by number 56, Six Killer. And a host of tacklers from Union. But, I mean, just a really good defensive line play tonight of clogging that middle and not letting them get much in the middle.
Deuce going to go again with 3 receivers. He's going to roll right, looking downfield to Hayes. Now he'll throw to Fanua. Does Fanua make the catch inbounds? No. That is an incomplete pass, so it'll be 3rd and 8 now for the Bruins.
And we were talking about athletes on Mountain View. I mean, you know, Union has some athletes too. You know, you got Labrum and both the Hyder brothers. Caden Hyder, you know, makes plays all over the place. Colby Hyder, great player. They're actually twins, I heard.
They're triplets.
Yeah,
so, they're sisters down here amongst the cheerleaders.
And her name is Chloe, I believe, but she plays softball and is a really good softball player, I heard.
She probably could play some football and be pretty decent. As Deuce delivers this out on the flat. A nice defensive play by Barnes. Did he catch that?
Yeah, David Hare makes another grab right there.
Holy cow. What a catch. I thought Barnes come down his body and stripped that ball away, but it's caught, so 4th and 4, and the Bruins will go ahead and punt this one away. Now, this is Dietz going back to get the punt. A sophomore. Punt return's got to be scary, always. As Dietz will let this one bounce, and this one is going to be bouncing down to the 11.
There's flags at the start of the play as well. So
was it flags in the backfield? Well, what might that be?
Either
Holding?
someone lined up on.
Did they hit the
offsides
punter?
No, it came out before that. Right when the snap hit, they threw the flag. But
they're going to wave it off.
Oh, they're picking it up.
Both of them are going to wave off? Okay. All right, wave that thing off then. All right, so the Cougars going to take over on their 11-yard line. Hey, Jute Tribal Enterprises. Enjoy cosmic bowling at the Ute Lanes Family Fun Center. If you've ever been down there, you know exactly how much fun it can be. The only bowling alley in the basin. And also a sponsor of high school sports. Also, Zions Bank, you can avoid financial fumbles when you choose Zions Bank. Visit Zions Bank, local financial center, or online at zionsbank.com. We haven't forgotten who keeps us in business.
You know, Nate Foote has had a really good game at being punter. I mean, he's pinned him in within the 10-yard line 3 times.
Labrum rolls. He's in trouble. He goes down. Look at that move by number 55 to get through the line and bring down Labrum.
Yeah, 55. Gail Weiser makes the tackle, makes the sack right there on Labrum. Gets in the backfield. Good penetration. Just unblocked, really.
Really, that's that's actually where your running back that's making the fake comes up and should hit somebody.
Well, and that's the inexperience of, you know, Raiden Dietz not playing a lot. You know, that's his block to make right there.
So the Cougars second and a bundle. Labrum in the gun. Going to go with just one receiver each side. They're going to go with the double tight end set as Labrum almost in trouble, avoids that. Gets away from another one and gets... Hey, he got quite a few yards after being in trouble, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It's always scary being in the end zone like that. You know, you're so close to a safety or something bad happening, but he got out of the end zone, 3rd and 17.
That's still a bundle, ain't it?
Yeah, and you know what? If you're Mountain View, you're probably going to bring it here. And if you're Matt Labrum, I call a screen pass right here. You want him to come at you.
Well, Mountain View showing those linebackers coming up, showing blitz as Labrum now will roll. He tucks it in immediately, and he takes it to the right side. He'll get 5 yards maybe, but they will now punt it away. And so we're playing a ball control game here.
Yeah, this whole quarter, you know, just locked up on defense on both sides. You know, it helped pinning them deep right there. You know, Mountain View put them right there.
Mountain View
within
came out scoring on their first drive. Cougars able to stop them on that last drive, but Cougars haven't been able to do a whole lot here on offense.
We'll see Nate Foote. You know, he's had a good game. Let's see if he can boot this 50, 60 yards.
I've seen him do it. This one not gonna necessarily, unless we get the bounce, but nope, it. Going to take a Bruins bounce, and the Bruins will take over on the Cougar 42-yard line. We'll be back after this quick break.
Moon Lake Electric was organized in 1938 as a rural electric cooperative by residents of northeastern Utah. We are proud to support the television coverage of Uinta Basin High School sports.
Utah State University puts higher education in reach whatever your path may be. Whether you want to move to Logan or Price for a traditional campus experience, or save on living expenses and stay in the Uinta Basin, USU makes earning a college degree possible. As an Aggie, you'll gain skill sets to pursue the career that you love and that will make an impact. And no matter where you attend, your diploma will have the same 3 renowned words: Utah State University.
I'm Mark Winterton. Brandon Jones joining me tonight in tonight's matchup against the Bruins and the Cougars. All tied up 20-all here in the third as Hone just getting a little swing pattern around the left side, picking up 5 yards. They're going to hand it to Hone now up the middle. Hone breaking some tackles, and he's down inside the 25.
And they got it going on that possession because they got Hone on that, you know, like you said, I think the folks at home missed it, but he did that pass on the left side, but that opens up the middle on the next play. So Hone took it to the middle, got big yards.
Well, not only that, but also the Bruins I haven't seen any, let's see, trying to think. I guess they did have the block in the back. But as far as offensively, their penalties, they've cut them back big time here in this second. I'm trying to think of an offensive penalty they've had here in the third.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of yellow flags on the field, which makes better football. I mean, that's what people want to see. They don't want to see the refs on the field all the time. They want to see the players make plays.
But the Bruins have the offense to really open things up and just
yes, they
make
do.
things start to get ugly.
Yeah, they have some athletes, and so does Union. But like I said, we're 3A to 4A here, so this is an out-of-conference matchup, correct?
Yeah, definitely. Well, Ashley Regional Medical Center welcomes Dr. Tyler Moore. He's an orthopedic surgeon. And Dr. Moore actually did an additional fellowship, year-long special training in sports medicine. He is seeing patients now at Ashley Regional Medical Center. Also, L&L Motor, proud sponsor of all Uintah-Duchesne County schools, offering the widest scale of automotive needs under one roof. Tires, wheels, accessories, tint, repairs, etc., etc., etc. That's L&L Motor. On 1st and 10 for the Bruins. Deuce in the gun. He's got trips right. And he just fumbles the snap and just dives on it.
And that's been another
There's
issue with them. That between the center and the quarterback, they've been really low, and that's how many they got a fumble.
It's a gimme.
Every time they've got it back, but they've fumbled it on the ground at least 2 to 3 times.
Yeah, and so it's a gimme for the defense, making it 2nd and now 15, 16 yards for the Bruins.
You really got to watch Hayes on this play.
He's so dangerous as Deuce drops back across the middle. Incomplete pass intended for number 4. Barnes on the coverage. And so it'll make it 3rd and 16 now.
Yeah, there is a lot of substitution out there for Union. It looks like they're getting a little bit tired, but that's how you keep it. Like you said, you're getting them fresh.
You got to keep
them players.
Got to keep your front line fresh,
especially against this big offensive line of Mountain View.
Deuce is going to go with 4 receivers as he sends Strauss out on a swing pattern across the middle to Fanoa. Straight arm, and look at that guy rumble.
Wow, Fanua is just having a breakout game right here. Number 5, watch him as he...
Holy cow.
I like the yards after contact. I mean, he makes the catch, but then there's 2 or 3 opportunities for the Union to make a tackle, but they can't because he's just got legs the size of tree trunks.
Not only that, but he straight arms. I mean, look at the straight arm here.
Wow, that
was...
To
the ground. And then he just keeps it going. He's not going to stop. That's hard when you can't bring a guy down. And so Mountain View on top, 26 to 20. We'll see if they can add 1 with the kick. That is good. So 27 to 20. Cougars will be on offense when we come back after this break.
Hey you! It's the moment you've waited all year for. The Corn Maze is open again in Bluebell. Your favorite fall activities in one place. There's a pumpkin patch, kettle corn, goats, pumpkin cannons, spooky trails. There's just too much to list. So go to www.bluebellcornmaze.com or look up Bluebell Corn Maze on Facebook. Head to the Corn Maze at Water Hollow Ranch located in Bluebell, where getting lost means finding fun.
As there's the kickoff, they're going to do a little reverse, and it's to Dietz. Dietz stays in bounds. Nice little move, and he's across the 40. How about that, Mr. Raiden Dietz?
That's the second time tonight that they go to the reverse on the kickoff, and it works the second time as well, but different guy, Raiden Dietz.
Well, it's so predictable, but yet it's not. Like, As you watch on the replay, you know that he's going around, possibly going to give it, or maybe he's not, and he does. And you got to stay home as you know, on the kickoff team. You've got to stay home.
Yeah, it's tough when you're on the kickoff team. You're just running to get to the ball, and you're running as fast as you can. And when there's a switch of direction, it's hard to like change your pace and go the other way.
But Dietz gets some nice field position here. Double tight end set, and they give to Dietz up the middle. Dietz holding on to the ball. He'll pick up about 6 yards. We'll see where they mark it. Might be just a 5-yard carry there. Gonna give him 5.
Dietz is starting to run really well for this team, and I see what they see in him. I mean, he's got some really
wheels.
Good talent.
Well, and he started as a freshman on the baseball team last year. I knew he had some athletic ability out there in the center field. See him get to some hits. And that is going to do it for us after 3. After 3 quarters, it's Mountain View on top, 27-20 here against the, what did I say? Bruins on top against the Cougars, 27-20. We're back after this quick message.
There's no cost for imagination, no charge for dreams, no limit to what we can accomplish together. It takes grit, determination, but mostly it takes you. They are your ideas, your visions. We're here to help. Early mornings, late nights, heavy loads. We are real people turning extraordinary dreams into reality. Sunbelt Rentals. Your ideas, our equipment.
When you need windows, doors, bathroom glass, or paint, Jones Paint and Glass can help. With over 80 years in the industry, we're Utah's go-to expert for paint and glass. We offer beautiful, energy-efficient Jones Paint and Glass windows, as well as Anderson and Marvin windows and doors. We also offer top paints like Benjamin Moore and PPG Pittsburgh paints. Whether you're remodeling or building from scratch, Jones Paint and Glass has you covered.
When you hear the crash.
And we are back as we start the 4th quarter. The Cougars on 2nd and 5. Fakes to Dietz, and Labrum's going to keep it for a loss of 1. What'd you see on that, Brandon?
Well, I mean, they're starting to just run the ball a little bit and maybe a little bit too much because they're loading the box like they were doing in that first quarter, and there's not much room to go on. And you know, they're knowing that Labrum or Dietz is going to get the ball, and they're just going to stay home and get both of those guys. So they gotta maybe do an intermediate route, slants, something that's going to open the pass game back up, because they got to back up all this linebackers and safeties because they're just moving in.
Well, here's a trips right, and this brings a lot of guys into the box here as Labrum is now blitzed out. He gets out of the pocket. He's just going to tuck it and run. Caden Hyder there to help get in the way of that receiver, and Labrum's got a first down. Here comes some flags. That's going to be a late hit.
Yeah, it's going to be a late hit on Labrum.
That'll give him 15 yards, and so
it adds to the run, man.
25 yards. Yeah.
It ends up being a really big play.
25-yard line is where the Cougars will be marked.
And, you know, Mountain View did everything right. They brought the 2 people in, but they just couldn't get to the quarterback right there. Labrum makes a great move and goes on the outside.
Great movements there. As now...
Oh, wow, targeting.
Yes.
So in high school, if there's a targeting call, do they kick a player out like college?
That I can't tell you.
I mean, because if you go for the head in college and you get called for targeting, you're ejected out of the game. But I don't see it's the same rules here applied. Just a 15-yard personal foul. But big one, man. Down to the 30,
Trips
20,
left.
27.
As Labrum will keep it again, and he's across the 20, down to the 15. He's going to be close to another first down. They're going to mark this one at the 15, so it'll be a yard short. So it'll be 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1, you can do a lot here.
Yeah, you can go for the end zone on the first play. I'd love it, because then you can come back on 3rd down and you can get 1 yard. So why not go for the home run right here? Just don't put it in any place where the other team can get it.
Right, a little fade pattern into the back of the end zone, right?
Yeah, and we haven't seen Burchell in a little while. And in Easton Roar, he's your tight end. He can get something open in the middle of the end zone.
That's Caden Hyder that comes in for halfback there as the Cougars going to go with the tight formation again. Now Hyder goes out on a passing route as Labrum rolls. He's in trouble, and he flips it to a man to Roar. Roar doesn't get it, and it's intercepted.
Wow. I mean,
I liked the play by Labrum, but a little softer to your man.
Yeah, Seth Burr was in the right position at the right time and gets the interception. You know, that's a tough one to take if you're Union because you're driving. You're almost on the 20. Just take the sack. Just take the sack.
Take the sack. Well, and the ball thrown way over. Roar couldn't have got to that.
No.
You noticed it. Roar couldn't get to it, and it's just intercepted. And so now Mountain View taking over on their own 17-yard line. With 10 minutes left to go, they're up by a touchdown. Kill some time here. A lot of rushing.
Yeah, you can see Lincoln Labrum's upset with himself. And he's not, new to this game, and he knows that he made the wrong decision there. And he's going to come back and make a good play the next time. But he's super mad at himself.
Well, Strauss is the man in the backfield there, and he'll get the ball. And we're going to see, I think, a lot of running. But look at that. Defensively.
That defensive line coming up big in big
Nolan
moments.
Bullet Head.
Wow. Bullet Head, and who else was that? There's 2 tacklers on there.
That was Foot there.
Oh.
So it'll be second now and 10. Did they gave him a yard? They gave him a yard. It's going to be second and 9.
How did they give him a yard, man?
He must have come up and got a yard before he stopped his progression.
Yeah, I know you get forward progression, but it didn't look like he got anywhere.
I didn't think he got anywhere. I thought, if anything, it was going to be a loss. Mountain View going to take a timeout. We're going to keep you right here. Again, our score is 27-20. The Bruins on top with 9 minutes left to go in the game. But Cougars defense, see if they can stop him here. Strata Networks, they're happy to be the Uinta Basin's premier internet provider with speeds up to 1 gig available at nearly 6,000 locations. You can visit fiber.stratanetworks.com to see if it's available in your neighborhood. And then also United, operated by SkyWest. Hey, book your flight from Vernal to Denver and beyond at united.com. Well, Mountain View going to continue to run the ball, try and run down this clock.
Yeah, I mean, this is where you need your defense to come up big. You want the ball back. You got to get them to a 4th down. You got to get it, them to punt the ball to you. There hasn't been very many mistakes, as in turnovers this game, and that was one of the big keys for Mountain View to win the turnover battle. And now it's 1-0. They are winning that battle, but that's what it comes down to. If you can hold on to the ball and not turn over the ball, you usually win the game.
Deuce will take the play action, roll right. He's got going to go deep downfield, wide open is Hayes, and Hayes gets away from the tackler, and he is gone. Off to the races. Touchdown, Mountain View. They're up by 2 scores now. He was wide open.
Yeah, J.R. Hayes was just sitting there by himself waiting for the ball, and Deuce Anderson drops a dime.
Defensive man had a chance to get there, but unable to make the tackle. You're trying to bring down a 6'4" big man. Caden Hyder just unable to get a hold of him. And how about that? That's Chase Burchell and Barnes. It almost looked like Burchell was closing in.
Yeah, and he was making the right angles at the end. Barnes was, but man, JR just put on another extra afterburner and put it in the end zone for his what? Is that the hat trick? The 3rd touchdown for J.R. Hayes?
It is the 3rd.
Mercy.
Oh, boy. Well, with 3 locations in Uinta, Duchesne, and Duchesne counties, plus online and mobile services, Zions Banks offers convenience and stellar service. We haven't forgotten who keeps us in business, and you can find out more at zionsbank.com. Also, Ute Tribal Enterprises. We talked about their bowling fun center, but also Ute Tribal Enterprises is the fastest growing tribally owned enterprise in the state of Utah with 9 operations. UTE prides itself in offering the very best products and services to their customers, as the Cougars now will get ready to receive. Back to receive is going to be Dietz and Burchell.
9 minutes on the clock. You might have to have a sense of urgency. You're down 2 scores now.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see a little bit more high tempo from this Union offense.
This is where we're going to see a real pickup in the.
But isn't it crazy how things can turn around just like that? I mean,
just like
Labrum,
that.
they were within the 20 to tie the game, and all of a sudden they throw an interception. The next couple plays they get a touchdown to a big play to J.R. Hayes. That's football. I mean, if you make a mistake, teams can key on it.
This one hopping down the field. I'm not sure who picked that up. They'll get across the 20. That'll be a decent starting point for the Cougars. I want to say that was Foot. So the Cougars start on their own 22-yard line. Under 9 minutes left to play. Offensively, start to call a little more aggressive play calling, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I mean, you want to be aggressive, but you don't want to be too aggressive at the same time, because if you get an interception, this lead can blow up into a 3-score. So you got to be careful. I mean, but you do have to have a sense of urgency and watch that clock. Labrum's got to be watching that clock every time and getting this playoff as soon as he
Double
can.
tight end set as Labrum rolls right. It's a pass to Dietz. Dietz makes the catch, and he's out at the about the 32-yard line. Nice little pass catch there.
They got him in bounds, so the clock keeps on going. Still in a huddle, not high tempo in yet.
Nothing urgency yet, but I love the play calling here.
Sometimes the defense, takes the foot off the gas pedal a little bit, and you can catch them on a nap here on a play deep.
Well, no, it was just a little out pattern by his halfback, as now Dietz will go to the left side. Similar formation, just to the other side, and now Labrum will just keep it. And he fumbles it. I think did he fall on it? Nope. A Mountain View player picked it up.
Oh, and that is just super costly.
And that hurts. That hurts. That was number 58 that picked it up. It bounced, and Angel Vasquez picked that up.
And yeah, he was just trying to make a move, and it just fell out of his arms. He wasn't even getting tackled. Just maybe he's doing a little bit too much right now, just trying to put the team on his back a little bit, but you don't have to when you have really good, talented guys behind you. So big mistake right there. 8 minutes and 10 seconds left in this game.
Turn it over in your own territory. Yeah, the Mountain View coming out with excellent territory or excellent field position.
Yeah, it puts your defense in a really bad spot.
That hurts. Deuce in the gun. He's got Hone lined up in the backfield with him. Dual receivers to this side. He'll drop back to throw. Going deep.
Whoa, that was really close. Number
that
17.
is a offensive pass interference, is my guess. There's a flag thrown in there. Did you see the offensive guy?
Is intended to Elijah Smith.
But
did he
Smith
push off?
Pushed off really bad. If you watch
see the replay.
Watch the replay, you'll see him push off. And in fact, it completely showed the separation. And there's the push. You kind of see the end of the push, but there's the pass interference call there.
Yeah, that's a good call. Good eyes, Mark.
Well, it gave enough separation to where he actually could have made the catch, and the ball hit him right in the hands and just fell out.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by the play calling on the other side. I mean, man, they just really want to put the pedal on now. But usually,
you're up by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Just run the
ball,
clock.
Run the clock. Yeah.
Yep. Run out the clock. In this sense, a Deuce gonna go with 4 receivers. Trips right. Big penalty there. That's a 15-yarder. And he's going to fake it. Now he goes downfield, and it is caught. That's going to be against the Cougars.
Yeah, number 11
Barnes
gets a little bit too
So now we come back the other
Armsy.
way. We'll come back the other way. Yeah, that will be against Barnes there. Cougars, you can see the Cougars talking down there. They're not.
And David Hare, again, intended receiver. Almost catches it anyway.
So 15 yards back the other way, and it'll remain first down. So we didn't go anywhere. We just took some time off the clock. Now I'm confused.
Now they're taking away the flag.
What?
Wow. So okay.
Okay. So
so that puts them at 2nd and 25.
No. It's not third. That would be second. Okay. Well, our ball marker has got to change his. Obviously,
Yeah.
it still says 2nd and 25, which is correct here. There, he's fixed his. But was that a little confusing?
Yeah, I don't know what they were calling there. They took away the flag on the pass interference. It was the ball tipped. If the ball was tipped, that's that takes that away. So, but I don't know.
All right, let's get a clean game going, guys. Here, let's finish. You got 8 minutes to go, but let's finish it strong here, officials.
But the Bruins still go into the air every play, and they're trying to just
trips right, deuce in the gun.
They're trying to put
Owen
this
in the
away.
backfield with him there, and as he's then goes again to the same man, and it's caught this time. He breaks away from Barnes. Barnes tried to knock the ball, and instead he lets his guy go, and it's a touchdown.
Man, David Hare, it's exact same play.
Exact same play.
Exact
this time,
same play.
This time Barnes goes for the ball, and then by doing that, he misses his guy and allows the. If you watch this on replay here. Now Barnes tries to strip the ball, and by doing it, completely loses Hare, and Hare is gone off to the races. So then Barnes will get a little revenge here in the end zone. He brings him down, gets a hold of him right there, and he's like, I'm not letting you go. 7:50 left to go, and this one getting ugly here as the kick is good, and the Bruins up by 3 against the Cougars.
Yeah,
all of this getting ugly just here in the fourth, too.
Yeah, just like that. 3 touchdowns right in a row, 2 turnovers.
Cougars looking good and up 20-14 going into the second half, and Bruins come out. They made the adjustments they needed, and they lead 41-20 here. Big thanks to, again, all of our sponsors that give us the opportunity to bring you this live coverage of Union High School sports tonight. Moon Lake Electric, a proud sponsor of the high school sports here in the Unibasin. Also, L&L Motor, proud sponsor of all of UNA and Duchesne County schools. And Utah State University. Hey, USU has options to make higher education accessible. You can get a jump start on college while in high school with the concurrent enrollment, or you can keep your day job and earn a college degree locally. Utah State University Unibasin makes earning a college degree possible close to home. Just visit uentabasin.usu.edu for more information, or you can call 722-1700 to learn more. That concurrent enrollment's pretty sweet for high school kids, as this one's just going to be a little jumper along the ground here. That's Chase Burchell that picks it up. And now he's crossed the 25, 30. Down the sideline, he's going to run out of bounds. They're going to mark him about the 34-yard line.
Pretty good return on a pooch kick right there. Good wall set up, and gets a couple yards. And maybe we shouldn't be, surprised by the play calling on Mountain View side. I mean, they brought this guy in, Dylan McCann from Timpview, who's used to having a high-powered offense, and he's not afraid to put his, foot on the pedal when he needs to, and that's what this team has really been missing in past years, is someone that can just be aggressive.
Well, going to go with the double tight end set again. 2 receivers to the far side as Lincoln takes the snap, rolls left, throws this one to Dietz. Dietz out in the open field, makes a move, still on his feet. Now he's going to get drugged down, and there's a flag, and that is going to be a late hit.
He hit him way out of bounds.
Yeah. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty, and that'll put the Cougars down at the 35-yard line. Is that another flag? Oh, I don't know what that was over there. I saw another thing. I'm on. That one's not bright enough. It's a lighter yellow.
You know how Mountain View hasn't been like really running the ball. I mean, they've just been throwing it. There's a lot of time on the clock still. I mean, this is still a game that can happen. If you get 2 scores, you could be back in this game.
If the Cougars could make some big plays, yes, they're going. So they're going to put them at the 36. Nice little move there by Dietz, and hey, way to pick up the late hit out of bounds, Dietz. As that gives him another 15 yards. In a sense, that's big yardage for Dietz. Nice move there. The flag in the backfield, and that's going to be a hole. Look at Dietz
gone,
move.
Though.
Nice move there.
Come back.
That one's coming back, and darn it. Well, penalties. Penalties hurt, and we've seen that all night long. Okay, I don't see. I was trying to look for the penalty.
Yeah, I was looking for a hold somewhere, and I couldn't
necessarily see it. I didn't see it, especially when there was 2 flags. Maybe there was a couple of them. I didn't see either of them. And they're going to go to the.
Ooh, yeah, it's definitely a holding.
Okay, at least they went from the 35, so it'll be 1st and 19 instead of where the flag was lying. That could have been ugly. Cougars still in Bruin territory. 7:22 left to go. Down 3 scores. Here's the one thing that I'm going to say is amazing. Watch the snap every time right at Labrum. Loni Latui and Labrum have a great job in that sink. As this one, a bubble screen across the middle there to Chase Labrum, or Chase Burchell knocked in, or
and some more flags is
oh my,
the play. It's starting to get maybe a little bit chippy out there. I don't think it was a personal foul or.
That's what I would guess it was.
But I like what you said. You know, the chemistry between your snapper and especially when you're in shotgun all the time, it has to be perfect, and it hasn't been that way for Mountain View.
Another penalty against the Cougars. Well, Strata Networks is excited to be hosting their 3rd annual Strata Gaming Series event this November. Have you ever been to this?
I haven't.
Well, you should gather your friends, and you should join them for a fun-filled day of virtual reality, team tournaments, and more.
It sounds awesome.
It's actually
like video
cool.
gaming?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm in.
Find Strata Gaming Series on Facebook for more info. You can get your group of friends. Go do it. It's a fun day, actually. At least go and stop in and see all the different things. And Labrum in the gun. He's going to roll right. Now he goes downfield for Burchell. Burchell, the ball knocked.
Hey, there's a shot to the head.
And there's another flag. So there's another flag. We got 3 flags now.
Yeah, 31.
I think all of those are on Mountain View, too.
Yeah. Nesty Montefleury, he threw a punch right there at the end. I mean, it wasn't probably a fist, but he hit him in the head with an open hand.
Well, that'll give the Cougars at least 15 yards back, right? There's one. Burchell comes into
it was
him.
just a push, but it looked like it was a little high on that push.
Yeah,
no
Burchell,
punch there. No harm, no foul.
There's no reason Burchell didn't need to come back into the player, but he did. 7-11. That reminds me. Slurpee time.
I could use a peach Slurpee. Those are awesome.
Peach sounds delicious. Avoid financial fumbles when you choose Zions Bank. You can visit Zions Bank Local Financial Center online or at zionsbank.com. Zions Bank, we haven't forgotten who keeps us in business. And United, operated by SkyWest. Have you flown out of the Vernal Airport recently?
I've wanted to, especially take a trip to Vegas, like they said, and there's some to Denver as well. But I mean, just a trip to Vegas would be sweet.
Are they taking every single one of them?
Wow.
That went from ugly to pretty good.
So a 30-yard play?
It was. Because it was first in 34?
Well, I think that they had a 15-yarder in the play, and then after the play was a 15-yard, so that's why there's 2.
Oh, so there's 2 penalties. Mm-hmm. Well, that makes it 2nd and 4. That makes sense. Labrum in the gun. He's got the double tight ends tight, and he's going to keep it. He's got is he going to get the first?
He's close.
He's close. I thought he was going to get it, and then he just couldn't push through that shoestring tackle. It'll be 3rd and foot and a football. Cougars down by 3 scores here, but maybe we can get a score right now.
Yeah, they got to get one right here at least, just to get some confidence
Got
back.
to. You got to.
I mean, even if you're going into the next game and you don't ultimately win this one, you want to end on a good note. So I would say I want at least 2 touchdowns before this game ends if I'm Matt Labrum.
You going to the BYU game tomorrow?
I wish. I'm not going.
I kind of want to go to that one. After watching Arizona and then beat up on Arizona, well, not beat up, but
yeah.
Oh, they did give them the first, and Colby Hyder getting some pretty good yardage on first down.
Yeah,
they'll give him
BYU
5.
was like a 15-point underdog in that game against
in the Arizona game.
Yeah, and their offensive line showed up. They have a new offensive coordinator in Jeff Grimes. They just look like a different team.
The offensive coordinator had nothing to lose.
Yeah,
and everything. Everything.
Yeah, they were 4-9 last year.
You can't tell me you weren't excited to see Ty Detmer come in.
I was, absolutely. He was just a great
Who wasn't?
player.
But, boy, did he disappoint.
So, when he was a player, he wasn't afraid to, throw interceptions, and he played, he was so competitive. But when he became a coach, he played so conservative, and it was just tough. It was, and he came from high school and went to a college program that's, it's a tough. And he had to recruit, too. And even, give him the benefit of the doubt. If he would have had a few recruiting years to be a pro-style offense, maybe he could have got some things done.
On second down, the incomplete pass there intended for Rohr. How do you think they're going to do against Cal? Cal's always been a good program. I didn't see what they did in week 1.
So Cal is still looking for a quarterback. They have 3 quarterbacks to choose from, and so I think that's going to be a hard.
Labrum in trouble. He's got 2 guys, and they're going to run him down.
Yeah, there's Elwood Afalava. There's that D end coming to.
And this is when you need a running back that stays there to go, hey, jump it off to me, dump it off to me. As
right, no one's
as Hyder in on a block there, and he stays in on the block, and instead, he didn't push the guy in the back. You could you could have called that a penalty. Instead, a huge sack, and so 4th and 19 now for the Cougars.
Yeah, Elwood Afalava comes pretty much unblocked and takes out Labrum. Makes a good angle, too.
Cougars are going to come out with 5 receivers. Labrum all alone. We'll see what the Mountain View defense does. And here comes number 22 as Labrum's going to go deep to the end zone. Intended for Burchell, way overthrown, and that'll be Mountain View ball with 5 minutes left to go. Imagine Mountain View will just run the ball now. They've got to, right?
Yeah,
Do you think they're going to go downfield?
I don't know, man. Maybe it's 41-20. I would run the ball. Just, stay classy.
All right, so we were talking BYU, but first, be an Aggie in the Uinta Basin. The Aggies playing the Aggies tomorrow. No matter where you attend, your diploma will have the same 3 renowned words, and that's Utah State University.
That should be a good game in October, with Utah State and BYU. Both programs doing
Both
really well
programs
right now.
look good. That'll be a fun game on the 5th. But you can visit uintabasin.usu.edu for more information or call 722-1700 to get started today. Deuce in the gun, and he'll hand it off to his back. That is Strauss with a nice 5-yard pickup, and that'll run the clock.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to do now is just start running that clock. And how many timeouts does Union have? They have all 3.
So did you have a chance to watch the BYU game then against Arizona?
I did. I watched it twice.
Okay.
I watched it the first time because as a fan, I'm all stressed out, and then I watched it again as an analyst to see all the coverages and all the different things and what they did right and if they're really that good. And so
you are diehard, Brandon.
The offensive line was awesome. The defensive line was awesome. The safeties were really good. There's a whole different attitude in the team. I love what I'm seeing, and I think they're going to beat Cal just because of they have 3 quarterbacks to choose from and that they're going to bring to Provo, and it's at Provo. So I don't think they win. And their best guy that had 2 interceptions against North Carolina last week, he's out. He's in a boot. So they have some trouble. But I think BYU definitely could get the win.
Edwards and Bullet Head in on the tackle there. I think that was Strauss up the middle. No gain. So 3rd and 5.
So we got our BYU Cougars. We've got our Union Cougars. I'm a big fan of both Cougar teams. So.
Well, I'm just going to be a realist here and say this is probably going to do it for the Cougars tonight. They're not going to get a win here. It would really take a miracle. Mountain View does bring in their backup quarterback, and look at this guy run.
Wow.
Oh, and he just and there's a couple.
So that's the other quarterback that had a touchdown last week against Wasatch. That's Caden Kuntz, and he's a really
guy's
good
fast.
quarterback too.
Did you see those flags come in? That is Cougars making some late hits over there on the
It has
sidelines.
been raining yellow all night. I mean, the weather forecast is beautiful. It's not windy, but we're raining yellow all night.
Flags are flying all over the place. Yeah, and then on third down, why would you make a late hit? You're going to cause it to be fourth. They're going to punt it away. The Cougars could finish the game with the ball or maybe even score with the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Oh. You can't do that as
you have younger guys going in, and then they're trying to make plays too. Or you just get frustrated, and they're really competitive. I mean, Union is a competitive team. These guys want to win, and when it's not going their way, that sometimes it can get in your head and you can make dumb moves.
Well, it's not over till it's over.
Yeah, we got 3 minutes and 25 seconds left. It's really sad because this game was really close.
This is a good game.
And then all of a sudden that just an errant throw.
Cougars leading at halftime. Coots make the throw here to number 10 as number 10 will straight arm, but nice move there by the Cougar defender. I'm not even sure who that is. Is that Harding? Colton Harding. So they'll pick up a couple yards. These are the hard closing seconds. 3 minutes left to go. It's going to be slow. Nobody's trying. They're just like, well, all right, we're just trying to finish the game.
These are important times to get your young guys in to get them experience. And I remember back in high school and stuff like that when I was a freshman and finally got to play in big moments like this, with the team.
You do make a valid point as they're going to give it to Strauss. Strauss getting run over by the Union defense. Loney, Latui, Brig Edwards. So that'll bring up third down. Well, quick thanks to all of our sponsors. We got to pick a player of the game. I mean, not one of those games you want to be player of the game, but we're going to pick one because Water Hollow gives out 2 free tickets. So think of a player down there. You know what?
I can think of a couple, but you
I know. Okay, so let's run through it then. Let's run through it while we're sitting here. We got 2 minutes left. Dalton Clark has been a huge guy on defense. Loney Latui's been huge on defense, and we talked about his ball exchange to Labrum is on every time. Never once does he falter in a bad snap or anything like that. Everything is pristine. Can I say that? Pristine.
Yeah, pristine. That's good.
Kobe Gurr has done awesome for the Cougars in defense, offense, but he also got the blocked punt, scored a touchdown.
Yeah, how often does a defensive player get a touchdown?
Chase Burchell catching a couple of passes
Burchell's a good one, yeah.
From Labrum. Labrum's been running well.
Nate Foote, I mean, he's been punting really good, and he's been on defense and offense. He's another guy.
I think I'm going to go with a defensive offensive lineman. That's my pick. We'll discuss as the line jumps. It always happens when I say something.
It's the announcer's curse.
But
it's on them.
Yeah, it was a false start.
There you go.
False start on the Bruins. See, they made them jump. It wasn't the Cougars' fault. So it'll be fourth down.
No, I love the D-line selection, from your standpoint. We
got to pick one.
Yeah, and I think it's got to be the guy we went with at the beginning.
Is it that one or is it a different one? We'll discuss. Coots just got to throw deep. Going to his man, it's incomplete, and it'll be Cougar ball. We're going to come back real quick. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back after this fast break.
When you need windows, doors, bathroom glass, or paint, Jones Paint and Glass can help. With over 80 years in the industry, we're Utah's go-to expert for paint and glass. We offer beautiful, energy-efficient Jones Paint and Glass windows, as well as Anderson and Marvin windows and doors. We also offer top paints like Benjamin Moore and PPG Pittsburgh paints. Whether you're remodeling or building from scratch, Jones Paint and Glass has you covered.
When you hear the crash.
Well, if you're just joining us, the Cougars up at halftime. Mark Winterton joining me, Brandon Jones. This game almost over as the Cougars offense comes out to take the field again. Raiden Dietz lined up in the backfield there with Labrum, as Labrum will go down to Burchell. That's Burchell making a nice little move. Down to the 40, a flag comes flying in. And another flag, that one over on the sideline. The official was looking at the coach when he threw that.
That's some good distance on that flag right there. That got up there.
So in the NFL, do you remember when Orlando Pace got hit with the...
yeah, he got hit right in the eye.
Right in the eye.
And it ruined his career.
Ruined his career.
Yeah. I was watching
throw it
that
up,
on
not throw
ESPN
it,
the other
yeah.
day. They had a 30 for 30 on it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. That's awful.
See, official just watching right there, and now they're talking. We'll see what they're going to call here.
Like, what are the chances to get hit in the eye
and have it
on a play
ruin your
yeah.
NFL career?
Wow. Sad.
Oh, what did they call that? That's oh, it's a blocking a
defenseless
player, and it's against the Cougars, of course. And then the other one was against the sideline.
Like against the team?
I don't know. They just did they march it back and then march it back? Is that what they just did? That's great. That's great. Well, whatever. It's a first down for the Cougars. We're 50 seconds left to go. We have picked a Water Hollow player of the game. Our Water Hollow Ranch player of the game. And tonight's player of the game will receive 2 free tickets to the maze at Water Hollow Ranch in Bluebell as Labrum just collapses in the pocket there for the sack. Brandon, take it away. Tell us our player of the game.
Yeah, it's got to be the guy that made the touchdown on the defensive line. Is it Colby Gurr? And man, he made an athletic play. He didn't just fall on the ball like a defensive lineman usually does. He picks it up and rolls into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, not even just a roll. It was like a diving roll so that he wanted to make sure he landed in the end zone.
There you go. I mean, it was cool. I mean, as a defensive player, I would love to get in the end zone, and I would definitely want to be player of the game, and he deserved it.
We've seen Kobe Gurr all over the place tonight, playing some offense, some defense, and then, of course, making that huge special teams play. And so, yeah, we're going to give it to Kobe Gurr as Raiden Dietz makes another great catch. You know what? Dietz has really had a few outstanding runs, some nice catches and run afterwards. He became a threat this game.
Yeah, he's really grown up. I mean,
and it's not, I think it's the coaching staff not being able to, they just haven't used him. Mason Eldridge had the spot. Dietz steps in for him and has proven his worth. We're going to see him a lot more this year.
And that's a good point. You got to have patience with these guys because you don't want to just throw them to the dogs and throw them in the fire right off the bat. You want them to learn the playbook, learn all their positions, learn all their routes, and then eventually just lead them in until that they get established. And you've watched him grow up from play one to play now just tremendously, and the patience that he's had in the second half compared to the first half. I mean, he's growing up right before your eyes on the field.
Nice pass catch there by Labrum, rolled out, throws it to Burchell for a first down. 15 seconds left to go. Again, this one going to be in the books. The Mountain View Bruins come into town down 14-20 at the half, and they went on 4 straight scores to finish the game as Labrum drops back. He's in trouble, and he's going to get sacked. That'll probably do it for us. I don't think they're going to try and get another playoff.
Yeah, Aaron Hyatt finally comes in the
nope,
game.
Labrum does. Labrum wants a timeout. He wants to score before the half, or before the game's over. Labrum does want one more score as Kruger.
So
looks
Aaron
like Six
Hyatt,
Killer's going to come off.
Aaron Hyatt's just a sophomore and just gets to come in this time and makes a big play for his team and sacks Labrum.
That was like a Rudy
yeah,
reenactment. You've seen the movie Rudy,
Oh
right?
yeah, absolutely, sure.
Goes in and game's over, but it was huge. Of course, that was a sophomore. Rudy was like a senior, wasn't he?
Yes.
He was done.
But I mean, he was at Notre Dame.
Hey, quick
honestly.
shout out to all of our sponsors that give us this possibility of bringing you live coverage of high school sports here in the Basin. Ashley Regional Medical Center, Jones Paint and Glass in Roosevelt and Vernal, L&L Motor in Vernal and Roosevelt, Moon Lake Electric, Ute Tribal Enterprises, Zion's Bank with 3 different locations, Water Hollow Ranch, Strata Networks, United operated by SkyWest, and Utah State University. Again, thank you, and all sponsors of high school sports here in the Basin, as Labrum will go with 5 receivers. And there's the pass. That's Caden Hyder making the catch. Yes, he'll rumble down on the fumble, but the game's over. That's going to do it for us. Recap. Really quick here, Brandon. What you saw from Mountain View, what you saw from Union, and where does Cougars go from here?
Well, you know, it was a really evenly matched game, and is going back and forth like we thought it would, and it even went all the way to the third quarter, and then just, you know, you turn it over right in your, you know, inside your 20, and that just kind of almost just broke their back right there, because they scored a few plays later and then scored again and then scored again. So we were a close game in almost the end of the third quarter, and now we're 41-20. I mean, it just shows what turnovers can do and mistakes can do to really destroy and make the wheels fall off a team.
All right, so where do you think the Cougars go from here? They got Carbon, first region game of the season next week. Carbon lost to Duchesne earlier this year.
You know, there's a lot of good things that they got from this game, though. I mean, Chase Burchell made a great play. Raiden Dietz, you know, he grew up before our eyes and started playing running back. And this team has been searching for a running back, let's be honest. And Ray Dietz has been, he's answered that. So, I mean, going forward, this is an out-of-conference game, so it doesn't really hurt them that much. It gives them really big experience in going into the next game, and they got Carbon next week, and me and you will be calling that game too. So
Dietz he looks like a lethal weapon out of the backfield for the Cougars going forward. We'll see how they utilize him. But that's going to do it for us tonight. Here as we watch, there's Kobe Gurr right there, our Water Hollow player of the game. But that's going to do it for us tonight, as we'll leave you with these replays of tonight. That guy.
J.R. Hayes.
I
guess he's worth the price of admission, even though this game was free for everybody tonight.
Here he is again as he goes up amongst 2 and comes down with it. He was amazing. Here's a nice little pass to Burchell for the touchdown. And, of course, again, Hayes making play after play.
Yeah, spin move, you know, stiff arm, get out of my way.
He was a beast, wasn't he? Now here's this one to, what's his name?
Fanua. I mean, Falika Fanua just had
Falika Fanua. I love how that rolls off your...
Phenomenal Falika Fanua. How about that one?
There you go.
And, David Hare making a lot of plays at the very end of the game, too. Fanua again.
Oh, this was just an amazing run by Fanua. This is the one where he just outruns the whole team. Of course, he makes another awesome one where he straight-armed a guy into the ground for a touchdown. Anyways, Mark Winterton, Brandon Jones, bringing you this live coverage of Union High School here against the Bruins. That is going to do it for us. The Cougars losing this one 41-20, but join us next week. It'll be Carbon here in Union's homecoming. Unibasin Medical Center actually going to be sponsoring that one, so make sure you get down here and enjoy the game. That's next Friday. Until then,
can't wait.
Mark Winterton, Brandon Jones, thanks for joining us. We'll have a good night.